Can you all hear me? Bless up Matt and chat. Never forget 9/11 Moonchild. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. I'm just going to test out if everything's running fine. So I'll just do it right here. Hi, everyone. How is my audio, etc.? How's my audio? Can you guys hear me? And so on. And now we're, I'm going to check out, I think we have BitChute as well. Okay, attempting to connect. BitChute has Livestream software. I'm going to test out if this is working fine. I'll unmute this, my audio, etc. How's my audio? Can you guys hear me? It's a bit low, I think. Should I increase the volume? And so on. And now we're, I'm going to check out, I think we have BitChute as well. Okay, attempting to connect. BitChute has Livestream software. Okay, how's my audio, guys? And there's 8 people in the chat. Audio is clear, a bit low. Yeah, this is the thing I never understood. It's like, it's the exact same thing as last week. Okay, how about now? And then somehow it's low, sometimes high. Audio is clear, but low. Okay, Alicio L, lightning bolt, let's go. Let's see this again now. This is the thing I never understood. It's like, it's the exact same thing as last week. Okay, how about now? Okay, I increase it now. How's it now? It's low, sometimes high. Audio is clear, but low. Okay, Alicio L, lightning bolt, let's go. Let's see this again now. This is the thing I never understood. It's like, it's the exact same thing. Volume is better. Should I increase it even more? I can increase it more. Nice now or higher? I'm gonna go a tiny bit more. Let's try this again. Thing is last week. Okay, how about now? Okay, I increase it now. How's it now? It's low, sometimes high. Volume is better. Should I increase it even more? I can increase it more. Okay, I increase it more. Yeah, this is the thing I never understood. It's like I did the exact same thing. I didn't even touch my mic, and then now it's like different volume. Sometimes it goes to 2 max. Sometimes it's good. Okay, now it's good. All right, that's good. How's my face? 9/11 Revisionist evening, all popping in on the stream in a bit. Yeah, he's watering his garden. All right, that's how it is. Okay, and let's just get to the stuff. I just want to check out if everything's running fine on the Rumble. Let's check on the Rumble. If the stream is working, I think. Or Stephen F is in the chat. Let's go. In a bit. Yeah, he's watering his. Okay, yeah. So this one is running fine. I'll close this. And now we have Odyssey as well. We got streams on stream, all popping in on the stream in a bit. Okay, we got streams on Odyssey's running fine. And now we also have BitChute as well. Okay, let's go. Let's see if this is working. Attempting to connect. Let's see if it plays. It's playing. It's live. Yeah, it's running BitChute as well. It's clear but low. Okay, Alicio L. Oh man, we're taking to another level. Okay, this is welcome to chat. This is the chat. What does the rave mean? Okay, this is the chat. But I can't pop this one open. Timestamp, logged in, autoplay. There's no pop-out chat, so what I'm gonna do is, actually, I'll just, yeah, the BitChute one, because I have the other chats opened on a separate window. This one I can't pop it out, so what I'll do is I'll just minimize this. So we're on BitChute, guys. So those on BitChute, okay, I don't know where it is. Okay, there's no, oh, there it is. There's the thingy. Let's see if it'll show. Okay, let's see if we get anyone in this chat. I'll move this up here, or just somewhere here. Actually, yeah, it's just a bit too ridiculous. Okay, I'll join it later. I'll just leave it here for now, and then I'll send the links. All right, guys, it's gonna be an epic setup here. Wrestles with Native. There's a new Syrian president's face. There is the new. Interesting. I haven't looked at that. I'll have to. New Syrian president's face. What does that even mean? It remains the same. Okay, I don't know. Is there? We'll ask Grok. So Grok AI is free now. So we'll go to Grok and we'll ask it. So today, okay, we have 15 people in the chat. It's gonna be quite a quite a hectic stream there. 9/11 Revisionist will join it in a bit as well. New face of Syrian presidency following the overthrow of Bashar al-Assad. And again, another thing I've noticed about these occult Freemason names, like they always use the innuendos. Like for example, Disinfo agent David Icke, it's like D-Ick. You have David Wilcock. It's always like these phallic symbols, and even Bashar al-Assad, bash ass. anyways, keep on track. You resemble him a bit. Interesting. So I look like Ahmed al-Sharia. Was this guy that's freed from the Syrian prison? Might be me. Okay, so it's me with hair. Alright, guys. So I am the leader of Syria now, and they gave me a hair transplant. Let's go, guys. Okay, and then I gotta go to web Telegram. Okay, so go to open my Telegram. I'll either share it. Actually, we could share it here, or I don't need to, actually, because I have it open. I'll open up this one second. I'll try to hurry up my housekeeping, as always. Alright guys, let's go back into the housekeeping. Yeah, so I was freed from Syrian prison for those who have known. Now I run Syria now. So apparently, so I was free at last. I was freed from a Syrian prison. We'll make this here. And like this. Yeah, so I was freed from a Syrian prison. I'll lower the mic. Yeah, so there's me. So I was freed. Yeah, oh, you meant the prisoner. Okay, yeah, because I could pull yeah, they gave me a hair transplant once I became the president. So that's me. And then CNN gave me a pet mouse. No, a pet cat as a mouse. This is one of those. So there's me as well. Yeah, I'll make it normal speed. Yeah, so there's me after I was freed from the Syrian prison, and then CNN gave me a cat mouse pad. So that's pretty cool. So there's me. If anybody with a beard and bald look alike in the Middle East. Alright, so we are good to go. Let's go back in the stream. So I'll leave this one closed. Alright, as always guys, we'll get into, the stream's gonna be pretty wild. It's MES Livestream 68, debunking Blue Bacon's 9/11 disinfo nonsense. Yeah, that stream, if you guys were watching, was an absolute clown show. If I knew he was gonna be doing this, I wouldn't have got him on the show. It's just beneath all of us to have absolute nonsense. But anyways, continue further. So I'll read this out soon. But what I'm gonna do is actually I'll just read this out. So join me and 9/11 Revisionists as we discuss and laugh at the disinfo agent and clown Blue Bacon as he hypothesizes that fragile aluminum Big Boeing planes somehow condensed skyscrapers into 500,000-ton hockey pucks and cones and other weird nonsense. Truly bizarre. It was actually one of the most bizarre. Yeah, the whole channel is bizarre and so on. I'm gonna send this. Here's the links to the links and everything there. Let's see if we got anything on BitChute. Nothing on BitChute. I'll send it here. All right, it's BitChute there. Soprano Phoenix Snap. I don't know. It's anonymous now. Anonymous. Can't even pronounce. Anonymous. Okay, there it is. Okay, Stephen F says, I thought it was interesting and hearing the lines of attack is useful. Yeah, I only got it because he was being really weird in the email exchanges we had before. So I'm like, all right, let's do something that's super simple. The tiny rubble pile. It's like, how do you spin that? So and then he actually went to the condense it into a cone or hockey puck mumbo jumbo. And I'm like, and he wouldn't send me the calculations, and then he became completely mute on email. He just completely ignored everything, didn't respond, and even in the pre warm up to the stream, he wouldn't show up until like 5-10 minutes right before. And so it's like it just shows up just before because he knows it's a giant disinfo nonsense. Okay, hey MES, I noticed Blue Bacon made a subtle, quiet gesture in yesterday's stream preview clip you posted. I'll do the preview again. Strange guy seems to be an agent or plain brainwashed the official story. No, he's definitely an agent. He even admits that he has a security clearance and so on. And yeah, the guy is definitely lying. And it was interesting. It all started from the disappearing wing, and then that one I truly felt that upload I made. I'm like, this is pretty epic. Where all the wings disappears in like many videos at the same exact time. And his name is Blue, so probably some sort of Project Bluebeam trying to gaslight for future psyops going to happen. Yeah, we'll do the preview soon. So this BitChute. Okay, I'm looking at myself in BitChute there. I'm just going to close this one here. So if you're on BitChute and you put a comment there, because I'm not going to check it. I'm checking Rumble and Odyssey and YouTube. So comment in one of the other ones that you commented there, then I'll open this up again. Otherwise, I'll just close this right now. So I'll close that. And also, guys, as always, MES links, everything is in there, and so on. MES links, like that. And going back here, let's see, this is the Grok one. And then also donate, guys. Donate, pay a bunch of cash money, and also get. Remember, I'm actually funding the Hudson hard drive, like cloud storage, paying like $25 a month on that. So make sure to donate and become a super fan, guys. You become a what's it called? You get custom emojis and you get a badge there. Stupid. Everyone is. What does that mean? All right. Everyone is brainwashed. Who's that stupid guy? Well, you know, yeah, most of the world's brainwashed, but the guy's definitely an agent. He's also interesting. When I made a joke about it, that he's probably Freemason, and then he's like, well, he actually went inside a Freemason lodge as a tour, and then later he said that's why he thinks I'm a Freemason. I'm like, I had no idea you were. That's not what. Yeah, I don't know. Stupid guy's laughing. Anyways, are you a Osama believer? Osama truther? Are you an Osama truther? So I'm asking that to that stupid guy in the chat. So anyways, if he is, just get out of the channel. Glad you are doing a live streams. Give me something to watch. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. I'm just wondering what the laughing is, because I got a lot of haters, a lot of haters. I just apologies if I am calling you Osama truther. Glad you are doing live streams. Give me something to watch. Okay, yeah, no worries. Okay, guys, and they're pretty much there, and also the Telegram link. I'll put the Telegram link because I throw everything in there usually. Telegram. Oh no. Okay, great. Okay, stupid is not stupid. He's not an Osama truther. Let's go. All right, and guys, MES.fm. I mean, MES links on Telegram is where I throw everything in first. Actually, I should put this in the BitChute as well, and also the link here. The links has links to everything. Oh, stupid! If I don't like someone, I don't go in their chat. I don't watch them. Yeah, great stuff. That is true because I get a lot of haters. That's the thing. Oh, Jonathan, longtime lurker, saying hi. Oh, hi. It's been a while. I think I've seen you way back in when I was before the live stream days. So I'm gonna post this on the rant here. Okay. So I think we're pretty much good to go. It's pretty fast. Have you need the nurse? I don't know what he's got his comment retracted. All right, guys. Yeah. So let's do the trailer as well. This one here, he got really flustered. I won his live stream last week when he was like, when he was completely ambushing 9/11 Revisionist and like not letting him talk and like talking over him or whatever. And I kept telling him he was lying about the Building 3. He got it wrong, and then he tried to spin it. Have you seen the nurse that saw the cars explode on 9/11? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've seen that. 9/11 Revisionist was first to show me that there. And interesting about the cars thing. So I'm still working on that video. I have it on pause, the electromagnetic interference anomalies on 9/11. But it includes, I found in a section, because I went over like hours and hours of live footage. There was cars like exploding, turning on fire, according to the like the news reports, before the towers fell, and like literally moments after the impact of the actual quote planes. So as they hit, all of a sudden there's like stuff randomly exploding miles away, like 10 blocks plus, and then cars on toasted and fire like before anything happened. So it's I have seen that. Yeah, the cars exploding. Yeah, and there's also witness ones. A lot of them thought there were explosives in the cars. If you look at the witness testimony, and so on. So that's that. Okay, let's play this quick trailer right here. So again, he's in this thumbnail. Yeah, he's literally talking about pucks and cones. Like, what is going on here? I was absolutely like, I had a existential crisis when he brought that up. I'm like, this is what I have to deal with. It's like this is like they don't think that highly of me. Anyways, but anyways, he was hiding this. He wouldn't share it. I even emailed him. Yeah, Jonathan, MES and I did a stream on the toasted cars. That is where I unveiled a video of the EMT on the exploding cars. Yeah. Now, you probably even saw it from 9/11 Revisionist. So this was the notes there. I've requested for the debate notes from Blue Bacon Review beforehand, specifically the quote math and logic that deny reality, and he wouldn't say anything. And I don't think he has it anywhere as well. So you can't even like review it unless you go watch the stream and like see his face, block most of the text, and it's like it's all literally nonsense. Okay, and also here's a trailer. Let's play the trailer, guys. I put this unlisted.
14.75 meters.
Just because whatever, I'd rather not have it public. I just don't want to deal with this nonsense. But yeah, anyways, it's all my Telegram and so on already. So let's play this right here. So this was, you're talking about the math height of pile. If we assume the people in this image are males of average height 1.75, a pixel analysis of the image suggests the height of the debris from ground level to its highest is 14.75 meters. Again, it's always like meter stuff. Like the whole time I'm dealing with floors and tons. He starts talking like deliberately in like millions of pounds, talking about meters. I'm like, just talk about floors, okay? This is almost 5 times the height of our perfectly distributed cuboid within the area of the inner debris circle. What he's talking about a perfectly condensed cuboid. Was it the same Uncle Sam cosplay? Well, he's the guy wearing the mustache before. Okay, let's play this right here. So what we might assume is happening here, well, surely debris would be a cone and not a flat disk. He's literally talking about cones and flat disks. It's absolutely weird.
14.75 meters tall, which is almost 5 times the height of our perfectly distributed hockey puck.
All right, when he ever brings that up, I literally don't care what he says. Timothy, someone's in the house. Let's go. That is super fan, guys. We have 2 super fans.
Of cuboid. Now, that is still less than 62.2 meters total, but if we work with that, we try to figure out, okay, if our height is
this building? Yeah, so this is building 3, and then in his last live stream against Another Revisionist, he literally lies about. He's saying that he was doing a bait and switch. He's saying he didn't make a mistake, but you can literally tell from his eyes, and it looks like he hasn't slept either because he was probably working overtime trying to figure out how to spin the tiny rebel pile.
7.5.
Is that building 3?
This is one of the...
Oh, 911 Planes are in the house. Let's go. Oh yeah, so 911 Planes. If you're also wanting to join the stream, I can also send you a link as well.
I believe it's one of the towers. It's
so he's literally saying it's one of the towers. There's no bait and switch and so on. Is that building 3?
This is one of the... I believe it's one of the towers. It's either 1 or 2.
I think it's building 3 because the towers is behind. This is that stub I showed you beforehand.
Okay, so this is either 1 or 2.
So it's literally the stub of building 3, and he's still saying 1 or 2. This is when I realized he didn't actually write the this thingy. Someone's given it to him. This is the building 3. If you see,
perfect. Well, we'll work with that, and I actually have.
So he has a photo of this.
Something that will address
remember that stub I showed you.
So if we assume.
And now he's talking over me. I'm like, it's building 3. There's no debate.
Columns on the back. 14 point.
Yeah, and there's the columns in the back. The ones standing, they're not crushed. They're not turned into a cuboid.
Yes, we can. So maybe that's part of the pile for one of the towers.
And that's when I just gave up. I literally said, all right, I literally don't care. Like, this is when I just turned them up. Okay. Rotary Remotion's in the house. Let's go, Rotary.
One of the towers.
And yeah, there's the stub of building 3. All right, so there's building 3. There's a stub of it, and you can see the windows. They're not crushed. There's no cuboid, and this is the lobby right here. It's about how many floors? About 8 floors or so, or something like that. And it's not crushed. It's perfectly vertical. It's not turned into a cuboid. And that's like about here. So in other words, this entire building somehow is the height of this, and like this whole building 3 got sawed off from the top. Nothing's crushing it. The windows are fine. It's not condensed into a cuboid. So it's like, what else do you want? There's the windows. There's the cube. There's the stub of building 3, and it's not crushed. It's not turned into a cuboid. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. A cup, a hockey puck, or disc. Like, how absolutely insane do you have to be? And so on. And he's done like many hit pieces on me for some reason. And I'm pretty sure a lot of his moderators and followers are just AstroTurf. Some of them they're definitely not real. There were a few that were was going back and forth in his comments that he actually they actually realized, okay, I'm gonna check out Easy's channels, and they say great channel. So it's like, even on his own comments, you have people non-people like non-agents in the Ash conformity experiment actually realizing, okay, this guy's next level. All right, guys. I'll continue further in the housekeeping. January, so I'll be doing a poll, etc. Yeah, so January 4th, deep dive live stream on the January 6th simulated insurrection. So Method Miner sent me some great videos, and it's pretty much clear cut. And also possible future live stream with Woo's News. So I'll be going over his videos on January 4th. It's a Saturday for the January 6th simulated insurrection. That's quite hilarious. And also January 11th, a live stream at 11:30 a.m. Saturday with Andrew Johnson and possibly Alan Force on the future of artificial intelligence, because Alan Force really wanted to do one on that, and I think it's a great topic, and so on. So we'll get in on that. All right, guys, continue further. Okay, there's a hockey puck. So again, once he brought up hockey puck, I'm like, what, are you losing your mind? All right, guys. So random topics. I have a bunch of stuff here. We'll try to get through the random ones. I wasn't able to get through it weeks ago. And so, yeah, poll results are in. Yeah, so WTC holes created by plasma-induced image projection and cloaked missile-like object. So I go to the poll. This was a poll I had, and I didn't want to bring it up during the MH370 stuff. Just because the creator of the MH370 videos, he's more of a normie. He's not a conspiracy guy. So I don't want to bring up conspiracy stuff with him. MH370 is already a gateway drug. Okay, so right here, poll results, guys, are in. So the WTC, as when I asked before, so this is the poll right here. So these are the holes. I think this is the North Tower. No, yeah, no, this is the which one's that? Yeah, this one's the South Tower. It's one on the near the edge. The one directly in the middle is the North Tower. It's the North Tower, South Tower. So I said, what created these plane-shaped holes? So there's holes literally there, and there's like cut out of the steel and aluminum, and just weird holes there. Oh, Jimmy Bartlett is not your real name. No way. Could have fooled me. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna make this like this. Okay, and then so the question is, what created these plane-shaped holes? And I made a poll. 28% said directed energy weapons. 0% said the plasma-induced 3D image projection itself. 43 said combination of plasma-induced 3D image projection and cloaked missile-like object. So this is the one that's most likely according to this. And also someone says combination of I voted for the combination of image projection and a missile-like object. I think probably all of them together. And then we had a comment right here from Etheminer saying that he wanted to pick explosive plant inside the buildings that went off simultaneously with the third 3D projections, as even a missile-like object would have been some resistance. Possibly, but again, it's like the size of it. The buildings are absolutely massive, and we're talking about advanced tech that can literally glide through, and the buildings itself are probably weakened by dew and so on. So it's a lot of stuff. If there were explosives, that would be the only reason, the only thing that would be for that main explosion. But yeah, but I think even then they could probably do a cold explosion, so like a cold dew explosion. So even then you wouldn't even need to plant anything. But I do think the stuff planted would be the actual plane parts inside the building. So they launched out in like strange fashion, like tiny parts, but not actual. There was no actual real Boeing flying around. Anyways, guys, and I made a new poll right now. So new poll, guys. Make sure to vote on this one here. This one is let's go to the poll. Yeah, so the poll is, let's go back. Where does the poll go? Okay, this one here. MES poll. What is blue bacon? Choose all that applies. The government agent. So far, that's winning. 50% of clown, Freemason. You could do multiple. You could choose multiple as well. Someone actually picked crime scene investigator. No way. Actor frontman. I voted for all but crime scene investigator. He's definitely not a crime scene investigator. Okay, so someone actually voted the middle one. That's probably blue bacon. He probably joined in. Something akin to weaponized tornado. That is true. Weaponized tornado does sound pretty epic. Okay, guys, go and vote on this poll right there, and then we'll get the results next week or so. And also, so I didn't vote an crime scene investigator because an actual crime scene investigator would investigate the 1100 cold case murders on 9/11 of people with body parts still not found that are big enough to be identified by DNA analysis. So you literally have, and I put some links here and some grok as well, the XAI stuff right here, and literally you have like over 1,000 people. New DNA technology identifies 2 more 9/11 victims, paving the way for more analysis, for more answers. So you literally have, so 40% of those who died on 9/11, more than 1,000 have never been officially identified. They couldn't even match their DNA. So like, how small are the parts? So it's like they literally were turned to dust. And again, these are cold murder cases, still not discovered how they, so what happened to them and so on according to official. Well, we know they turned to dust in midair or on the ground, etc. From the directed energy weapons. But again, a real investigator would actually investigate that instead of going attacking me, like some random guy on the internet. You have the entire like military industrial complex, the media industrial complex, the AI industrial complex, all against, just all promoting the Osama myth. And it's like, now he's coming after me, some random YouTuber with like a few thousand views. Like, what? How absolutely weird is this guy? It's like, talk about punching down. Or just punching sideways, or like, what are you doing? Just there's like a giant mafia running the show. Okay, Paul Love's in the house. Let's go, Paul. All right, Paul's still around here. He's made it in and out of the channel. It was banned, unbanned, banned, and then he's back. Let's go. All right, and also I'll go to the next one after later. I'll get to the debunking blue bacon stuff, and then also Patreon send me a conspiracy report. I'll read that out. Conspiracy realists. I'll do this one after I go through some of this, and I'll go through this, and I'll basically keep telling you guys to go do some work and sending these to politicians. So we'll get to that in a bit. Actually, we'll do that. We'll do this one now, and then I'll go to the debunking blue bacon. Okay, so Conspiracy Realist has prepared 2 PDF reports for the audience to print out and send to prominent influencers, politicians. The addresses of 6 people are in there. So I have, if you click on tinyurl.com/911letters. Oh, Paul, I love you. Let's go. So I put these PDFs right here. There's 1 and 2, and we'll read the note from Conspiracy Realist, and I'll send a link to you guys all. Planes research. Hi, Paul. Let's go. Santa Claus or Santa Cruz? All right, guys. So So conspiracy realist messaged me, greetings Matthew, attached are 2 PDF files. Binder 01 contains the most recent documents contained in a single PDF. Binder 2 contains the other relevant documents that preceded Binder 1 in a single PDF. Copies of Binder 1 and 2 should be printed in black and white, not color. Staple Binder 01 together and Binder 02 together. So yeah, do this, guys. I'm giving you guys all homework for the holiday season, the Christmas season. Okay, mail them together in a single envelope by regular mail, snail mail, we call it. Nothing fancy or spendy. Don't know how many of your folks will be assisting, but it'd be great if each of the 6 recipients got both binders from several different people. My idea is to have the admin see multiples of the same information coming from different individuals and be sure it gets to their boss. All we need is one of them, one of these Congress criminals to wake the F up and speak 9/11 reality. Boom, things would change. The originals will go out from me tomorrow. You can release them anytime tomorrow, as we sent out yesterday. And so thanks for the offer to help. All right, so here's the binders. So this is the binders right here. Basically it has addresses to Thomas Massey. This is Eli Crane, August Plefurger, and the Senator John Kennedy. Tulsi Gabbard's address as well, the P.O. box in Hawaii is there, and Martin Armstrong from Armstrong Economics. And you can see this is some pretty big documents. So this one is, how many pages? I think, yeah, 27 pages here. So all you gotta do is print it out, and it's good to go. Yeah, so just print it out, and it's from Conspiracy Realist. Uncle Sam is the name. Here's the link. Okay, interesting. I'll have a look at that. Never mind, the links will work. Okay. Okay, please watch the above. Okay, so I will copy this. Yeah, we'll have a listen to this one soon. I'll put this right here. I'll have a look after I go through this. So anyways, guys, yeah, so print these out, send them to those politicians and more if you want to include other people as well, and so on, and follow the instructions. You could staple them together. That was the first one, and let's go to the second one. The second one's right here, and yeah, this binder too, and also goes over Richard Gage lying and so on. Yeah, so it's very, very extensive. So mail these physical copies, black or white or color if you can afford. And yeah. So and yeah, and these images right here. If you show this to Blue Bacon, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is obviously how real planes move on ground." It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, and continue further. And yeah, all right, and there's the spire turning dust and so on. So this is extensive. This one is how many pages? This one, 31 pages. Yeah, 27 pages, 31 pages, and so on. All right, so that's that, and I'll send the link out here. Tiny URL. And again, everything's in the links, guys. Everything is in that links to the links. There's the letters. Make sure to download them, send them, and let me know you send them, and I'll give you a shout out on the stream. That you send them, and take photos of you sending them as well if you want. You can make it anonymous. Just take photos of the package being delivered, and so on. All right, guys. So that's that, and we'll get to the Patreon one later. So let's go over to Debunking Blue Bacon notes, and also included previous live stream 65 notes right here. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to go over all of my notes for the tiny rubble pile since Blue Bacon was clowning too much. So I'll go over some of it in this live stream. So yeah, there was a whole lot of stuff I didn't cover just because he was absolutely ridiculous. Tasha, I was gifted a membership to your boy Blue. Will not be using it. Oh wow, I'm jelly. He muted me when I was in the chat, and they would also be starting donating and doing super chats to him, all attacking me. So he owes me a lot of money. I'll send you some stuff there. And again, here's this is Blue Bacon's debate notes. Like he was too scared to show them. Like it's absolutely super weak. A lot of people mentioning Project Bluebeam this week on the news regarding mysterious drones. Oh, that's interesting. On the news, Bluebeam. And also Blue Bacon. Blue Beam, Blue Bacon. Blue Beam, Blue Bacon. And it's like he literally made his hit pieces because of my disappearing wing compilation. So it's very, very interesting. Oh, whoops. I forgot that other thing. I'll go back to this one right here. So watch this one. Okay, we'll see what this one is. If it's, I'll maybe save it for later. I just want to get to the video topic at hand. Whoops, I got to press watch. Yeah, just put the other one. Okay, this one here, watch.
The Church of the Future Light Precincts.
Okay, what is this about? This is watch here. What am I watching? What is this, Jonathan? Watch both of them or which one? It's classical with this one here.
The Church of the Future Light Presents Fun Safety Tips. After school safety. What do you do when a stranger approaches you? Don't speak to them. Do not go with them. Run away and tell an adult you trust.
Okay, what am I watching? Did you send the wrong link? Anyways, I don't know what I'm watching here, Jonathan. Copy the link on Word, changes the size. Okay, this guy says, I actually kind of find it cool that it got linked to this instead of my school homework. Why does it do this? Invisible line between the lines of the link you did. I don't know. Okay, anyways, I think there's the wrong link. Something that happened with the glitched out. Oh, it's underscore. Why did it go there? There's copy here. Why is it going to that random stuff there? Okay, this is why. I have no idea why it went there. D, this one. And it's going there automatically. Okay, so something's up. The links are not right.
The Church of the...
So it's somehow going to that link. So we uncovered, and everyone in the comments is saying what's going on here. D.
Your name is?
Yeah, this one here. Yeah, this one here. The exploding. So when you copy that whole link, it just automatically goes to that random video.
And where were you and what were you on 9/11 the day?
Yeah, we've played this many times before in the chat and so on. Like I'm pretty sure everyone knows about it. And you go EMT. I think I have it here. EMT cars. Yeah, this one here. So I have it on my Telegram already. So EMT 9/11 testimony says she witnessed cars explode from the bottom 2 blocks away from the towers, and later that night government officials wanted to hand over their disposable cameras, now developed images. Yeah. That the actual yeah. So that's the thing. When you copy that link, there's if you copy that directly, it will give you a random link. But anyways, we've seen this before, and definitely worth watching. But again, I have a bunch of stuff to get over. Yeah, we've watched it. We've shared it. We went over as Norman said in the streams on the toasted cars. We've already covered it many times. You go in the toasted cars. Yeah, so we went over a full toasted cars and mystery planes with 9/11 Revisionist. He went over everything. This is one source of Judy Wood's images. Interesting. Yeah, and oh really? So she gave Judy Wood images of that. That's great. Oh, that's great. And yeah, so here we've covered it. There she is. I think she's right there. We just saw it. Yeah, there it is. So Inception. Yeah, this one we've covered it already in MES Livestream 30. We did it last year. Yeah, March 30th. Alright, guys. Let's power through in the debunking. Oh, well, it's already debunked. Like, I don't know what else you need to... So this is why I'm, like, just laughing at him. Like, if any one of you guys, or any normie, right, any human, like, somehow is even entertaining that the towers condensed into hockey pucks or cones, and that the rebel pile wasn't actually tiny, I don't really care. Like, what do you guys think? It's too much. Just like, leave my channel. Like, it's about enough. Anyways... Oh, she implies it in the video. What do you mean by she implies? She took the photos and they said that they wanted to steal them, but she had them. But I don't know if she gave it to Judy Wood. I thought you meant that's what you meant. But anyways, get back in here. So Blue Bacon came out in a clown costume while in his quote debate with 9/11 Revisionist. Blue Bacon minimized 9/11 Revisionist screen. Well, it's like I don't even want to go to his channel there. It's just so bad. Yeah, and so in his live stream last week, so he minimized 9/11's screen, hid his face and name, provided no links to his channel, and lowered his mic. He did very similar to our quote debate stream from his channel because he was streaming as well, and it's a completely different. If you watch mine versus watch his, like I just went by what Norman's and others were saying. I did not want anyone to look at it; it's just too brutal. But anyways, it's completely different. Like he's literally just trying to ambush, hit piece, etc. Whereas I'm just literally just showing him what he is, just an absolute clown. And Paul Level says, consider that Blue Bacon may be purposely trying to divert your attention away. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm doing. I like avoided him and doing this live stream so that when people search Blue Bacon, my videos will show up as well. Just put his name in there, Blue Bacon, and so on, and just to know that he's a clown, and so on. Because I also think he will delete his channel in the future, because it's typically how it is with these disinfo agents like Miles Power. They just delete their channel once they get a certain size, and a new guy comes in. Once they get discredited enough, and And yeah, similar to, I think, like Judy would, yeah, if I was in her shoes, I would have been doing the same thing. Like people that attack me, like Richard, Greg Jenkins and whatever. I'll do a article or video and just leave it at that, so people have my view on them. Because a lot of normies, when they see, let's say 9/11 debunked, they find Blue Bacon's channel, and then they think, oh, it's debunked, that's it. But then, as long as there's, but then there's no account. If there's no counter, then they won't even bother looking any further. But if there's a counter like mine, I'm literally telling him the guy's an absolute clown. So now they have a choice, which is well, he's a clown. He's very anti First Amendment, and I'm heavily involved in that community. Interesting. So he's anti that, and he's also pro fluoride. So that's weird. And you got a free membership from. Okay, so continue further. So he did very similar to our quote debate stream from his channel. He also wouldn't include links to my channel on his hit piece videos until I kept telling him in the stream to include links. And he included just in one of them. And also, Blue has a fake mustache, while MES has a real mustache. And we'll go to this. And plus Specsavers commercial. Okay, we'll get some comedic relief right here. So back when I had hair for Movember, I had some funny mustaches. Okay, so this is what he wore. He wore fake glasses and a fake mustache to his quote debate with 9/11 Revisionist. And the whole time it was just him just trying to literally disrespect 9/11 and Revisionist and nonstop. So it was really weird. So that's him with a fake mustache. And then someone here in the this guy here, he donated the $10 super chat to Blue Bacon just to mock me. And he says, MES is jealous he can't grow such an amazing mustache, and he's also really bad at math. I'm like, I'm a math channel, and I have a beard. All I do is shave off everything else. I have a mustache. And anyways, so I wrote, while Disinfo clown Blue Bacon is wearing a fake mustache, his Disinfo followers don't realize that MES can grow a real mustache. This is just my mustache back in the day. All right. This is my mustache back then. And this one here, and then for my birthday, I was also given friends made a like phone case with my mustache in the back there, like that, and my logo, MES, the old logo. And also I had a shirt says, I mustache you a question, or something. No, wanna look at my mustache, something like that. Anyways, this is my other mustache one, and there's my this is my full mustache. What is those called? Sideburn mustache, and also. I have one scheduled for later today. So I was sponsored by Specsavers. This is just a joke. Read between the lines, guys. So throwback to when I was MES was sponsored by Specsavers for affordable eye care. Yes, guys, read between the lines. It's fake glasses. All right, guys. Anyways, continuing further. So also Blue Bacon, he owes me money. So Disinfo agent Blue Bacon needs to give me a cut of the super chat since most of them were given by MES haters. So I joined a live stream, literally just created mayhem in there. And this guy here says Mav1911. Notice his name as well. That's like he's like a member or a he's like a member slash moderator, and he donates $10. Says MES can't do algebra and is all bent out of shape and hurt over a fake mustache. It seems like he's 8 years old. No wonder he hasn't read A Pickle for the Knowing Ones. Small brain. Okay, I have no idea what he's talking about. But anyways, he has like an army background profile photo, and he has a Mav 1911, and that's interesting. And also, and then they pinned my comment saying take the mustache off, and then I said, yeah, and it was me saying the Rebel Palestine isn't up for debate. And this guy donates $10, and then I wrote right here. It's a bit hard to see. I hate when I have to wait. Okay, this says here. And I wrote Mav paying Blue just to make a comment about me, and I was laughing at him. And then he got really mad, and he started donating $100 to Blue Bacon, saying just because it offends MES. Like where are they getting this money from? And again, it's all part of their grift, and they're all together. I think Blue Bacon needs to like clown himself more and more in order to get these money. But anyways, guys, yeah, so that's $100. That's more than any single live stream I've ever made. All the super chats combined in any single live stream. I've never made that much. So anyways, guys, make sure to donate to MES. Paul, this is a strange situation. Okay, this whole scenario is really weird. And also, guys, super chat goal. We can do goals now. If we get 50 super chats in 3 hours, I'll lower it to 2 hours. I'll have a mustache for one stream. And also, yeah, Blue owes me money for super chats and so on. Let's go back here. So we can set a goal right here. So if we get 50 super chats, I'll have a mustache. I'll do the timer. 2 hours. We'll do 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours would be 340. Blue, the mysterious drones are just civilian drones. They don't want people to have drones. Do not play into this. Interesting. Yeah, but yeah, it's probably civilian. No, I don't think it's civilian. It's definitely not civilian. It's definitely government, military slash police ones, because a lot of them are going into like restricted airspace and you can't actually fly there. And yeah, and they're not gonna be doing that, and it's not gonna be all over the news. Civilians, not everything. It's very hard for any random civilian to get on the news on every single channel and make Trump talk about it. Okay, it's definitely not a civilian. It's definitely unless there's some sort of Freemasonic mumbo jumbo, but it's definitely not organic, is what I'm saying. Anyways, guys, 50 super chats in 2 hours. I will have a mustache. I'll shave the rest of my beard and have a mustache for the next stream. So, guys, don't be a bunch of cash money. Is Blue Bacon's getting literally. Okay, there's goal created. See goal. Okay, guys, 0.50 already. 2 hours left. Oh, okay, send me a bunch of cash money, guys. I'll do a money emoji. How do I do money? Money. Oh, nope. Money. Okay, guys. Send me a bunch of cash money. There's this stuff created, and let's continue further in our journey of stuff. So yeah, and I will go over his videos live in this stream, because since it's too mind-numbing to watching his bogus videos on my own. It's like I've avoided like most of the yeah, almost like all of them. Only the first ones when I first was pointed out by him. Someone tweeted at me on X saying, "Hey, this clown's talking about you." All right, guys. Blue Bacon started his live stream his last live stream of the year 1 hour before mine. Interesting. I think he still going. I didn't even check his channel. See what he's up to. The guy's literally obsessed with me. It's really weird. All right, so he has a bunch of videos about me. I mean, he's going live right now, and yeah. So this one here, this one's about me. This one's about me. This one's yeah. I think he has this one here. This is one of his first ones, and then this is him saying debate, etc. And he's here, and he says fluoride again. He's pro fluoride, so that's interesting. Where's another one? Okay, and there's a shot. This is the first one he made. It was, and he admitted it was wrong, but he still keeps it up, so that's weird. And then live, let's see, it's the last live stream of the year. I don't know if he's talking about me, but I'd rather just not interrupt. He has 27. I have more followers than him. I have more 30. That's interesting. And then this was him in the conspiracy. This was him in that.
Now, when you say you could already.
So there's him, and he's talking, and he hides, and he literally hides. What's his name? Yeah, Norman, Night Revisionist. Doesn't show him at all. And then when he does show him, he just talks him over him, and then he has his mic super muted. That's it.
Submit fraudulent reports to
and he doesn't show his screen, doesn't show his face or his name.
The
and she failed to
the
prove they
government,
did.
so that
and he just talks over and talks about weird penguin stuff. He's like, if you sue I think Antarctica about penguins or something. I'm like, you never heard the idea of frivolous lawsuits. You can't just go sue something. Oh, we got Norman in the show. Okay, Norman just joined the show while we talk over him.
Hello.
Oh, let's go. Oh, is that your dog, or is your cat identifying as a dog?
Could be both.
Okay. Do you want to show your face or no? Up to you.
Oh yeah, well, if not, why not?
No, yeah, just up to you. Just to, and then yeah. So we're on it. I'm just showing the blue clown guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Sublime 1981. I don't know how I ended up here. I do math like a first grade level. Epic stuff here. Okay, there you are. Let's go. Okay, so my face is inside the stream chat. I don't want to. Yeah, so you can only see my face on the stream. But anyways.
I'll watch it there.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
But
yeah.
Did you see how?
So right when I brought him up, he started showing up. and notice he doesn't include any links or anything, and he doesn't even say who it is. And it's like.
Yeah, it was very interesting because he didn't show me. He didn't mention my name or my channel or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that was already strange. And then I happened to see one of his private community videos, because what YouTube does is they basically leave it open for everybody for around about 12 hours. And he was actually stating that he's going to be following a different strategy that he did with you. He wanted to take you on with math, and then with me he didn't really know what to do because he didn't know what I'd be bringing to the table with regards to the orphans, the 9/11 truth, suppression timeline, and then obviously the World Trade Center complex. But then he also mentioned that he got an old-time acquaintance of his to go research and do his stuff that he was paying to go through. So not exactly sure what that was all about, but obviously, as we can see from the get-go with the glasses and the mustache or whatever, he didn't really have a plan to, or didn't really want to have the conversation, I think. And that's why he was so disingenuous and interrupting the whole time, speaking over me. And then obviously my microphone was a lot softer than his, so one really struggled to hear what the hell I was actually saying. So disingenuous from the start, and then he was basically looking for a reason to piss me off. And eventually, when we got to the section with regards to you and him, where you pointed out that he was pointing to Building 3, and he got that wrong, and he didn't even know the difference between the towers and Building 3. He wanted to bring that up again, and made a huge hoo-ha about that, because the next section of my video would have gone over to the survivors in the North Tower, and I don't think he actually wanted that to be shown or discussed, because that will just completely demolish his whole thought process and everything that he was saying, that the buildings collapsed, which it did not. It disintegrated into dust before it hit the ground. And I then just told him, dude, if you're not going to stop interrupting me, then I'm going to leave. And he just kept on with his stuff. I told him he's being childish, and I just want to go on with what I've prepared, and are you going to listen to me? Otherwise, I'm just going to leave. And then he just cut the call. So, and he was really happy as soon as he had me off the stream. So, I think he was running scared. He knew that I would present information that his audience has never seen, and that would most probably just put an end to his complete and utter bullshit show that he was busy with.
Yeah.
So,
And he's putting on a show. You could just see his mannerisms. Like, he's literally dancing. How you go here, look at his hands. I'm just going back and forth like seconds. He's literally dancing the whole thing. And then he has the like, and this is like not even a big channel, and he has all this preparation set up for this quote debunking. It's like mocking people. So it's weird. But also, I think the main reason he didn't want to show you well, twofold. One is he doesn't want to humanize the conspiracy people. It's a stay mainstream. Like conspiracy guys are evil. They're bringing discord to the community. They're violent. They're gonna go shoot up a pizzeria. it's always.
But the main thing is stating he's a crime scene investigator. Then he's not a crime scene investigators worth a bloody at all, because he's not investigating anything. He's just parroting the government conspiracy theory. So I think he's a bigger conspiracy theorist than we are, because we can actually think critically. So he's I've actually got a video.
Just 1 second. I've been told in the chat that I'm super loud compared to you, so I'll lower my mic. Okay, guys. How about now? I'll just. Sometimes it happens. I don't know why my mic. 1 second. I'll lower mine. Just 1 second. I've been told in the chat that.
Is it better?
Okay, I'm super loud compared to you, so I'll lower my mic. Okay, guys,
No,
how about now?
Sometimes
it happens. I don't know why my mic. Okay, speak now. It's yours. 1 second.
Can I do a quick screen share?
Yeah. Let's do a quick share. Okay, let's do it quick. And
Matthew, I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, I lowered mine a tiny bit just to match his.
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, you can do it.
Let's see. That one. Share computer.
Yeah.
Okay, can I play a quick video?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, let's do it quick, as I do have a whole lot of notes I want to eventually get to. So let's do this quick, and let's see if I can get back to my. Okay, there it is.
Son of a bitch. You are one dumb son of a bitch.
Okay, no, it's not playing, but yeah. Also, I do want to lower the swearing, as I might get a copy. No, I might get it restricted, like 18 whatever. on
did
YouTube.
you hear it or not?
I heard it, but I don't see. Yeah, I heard it, but yeah, I thought it was gonna be Stone Cold there. Okay, Stone Cold's not in there.
No, I'm not going to put Stone Cold in there, but I actually want to. The thing is, this is also the other aspect where we demolished him. So you can hear the audio. So let's just put this in because we caught him out on the NIST report.
Okay, and I'm now going to repeat myself again very slowly that hopefully you can understand it.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be able to sort of piece it
23
together.
NIST subcontractors took money from the US government and the US taxpayers to investigate the collapse of the Twin Towers. Can you understand that?
Yes, I understand they were paid to do a job. Go on. I understand how jobs work.
So what was the job? Investigate why the towers collapsed.
Bingo.
Okay, and where did the NIST report stop?
Well, why don't you tell me?
Up until the point of collapse.
So that's what
So
they were
they
paid to
never
do, I assume, yeah?
The collapse. So the 10,000-page NIST report is basically worth nothing.
So they did what they were paid to do. Go on.
What they were paid to investigate.
They never investigated what they were paid to investigate. They weren't paid to investigate the collapse of the Twin Towers, which they did not do. But we will confirm that in a short while.
Okay. That's the issue.
And they found a source of the collapse, and they went, all right.
No, they did not.
We did what we were. They literally did. It's in the report. You've read it, right?
I have read it, and it's a bunch of bull twang.
So you don't understand it. So you've read it, you don't understand it.
I don't understand it. He's the one that doesn't understand it. He's the one that hasn't read it.
So you didn't understand it.
Please. Let's just go back to the screen sharing.
July 27, 2007. Response from NIST.
Yeah, the response from NIST. As stated in NC Star 1, NIST only investigated the factors leading to the initiation of the collapse, not the collapse.
Oh my
themselves.
gosh.
And what they did is had a hypothetical, imaginary situation. They never investigated the collapse. That's fraud.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm now going to.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
No, yeah,
Sorry,
definitely,
Butch,
definitely.
But you're wrong.
No, definitely, and also when you go through the NIST one, I looked through it to getting like a lot of images for the impact holes and so on. They don't talk about the collapse in any way or the building dustification in any way. They just talk about about the hole there, the quote planes and so on. But there's no actual saying that okay, this was done by pancake collapse or something. Like it's just nothing.
Yep.
It's absolutely
100%.
ridiculous. But yeah, okay. No, that's great stuff. But I do want to continue on my journey here, and we could So I'll see your share screen because you're sharing. You could stop sharing if you want right now, just so we can see your face. If you want to be in the background or not. But anyways, I'll just continue on my soliloquy. I have a bunch of stuff here. Okay, how's my audio, guys? Now is my audio better? I lowered it just to match, just to not be too loud with his. I'm gonna test it out right here. Or be in the background or not. But anyways, I'll just continue on my.
Need to leave my face in. I can just comment from time to time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not really that important.
Yeah, no worries. You could just talk, and I'm just gonna so I'll have it blocked out here. Or be in the background or not. But anyways, I'll just continue on my. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay, guys, everything is fine. I loaded. He's way too fast. Answer no pause, even while typing and reading his delivery nonsense of spot on. Yeah, the Blue Bacon. Yeah, he might be AI. Yeah, I think he might be a clone. He's definitely not a like normal human being. Because the other part is what these like mainstream quote debunkers like very similar to Miles Power, if you ever heard about that clown, or Greg Jenkins. It's like the one thing they don't want to do is humanize the person that's contrary to like the mainstream narrative. So that they want to make anyone opposite as sounding crazy. Or not worth like having their name and so on showing up. Because if you have someone there and like someone there having an actual conversation, it's like how is that any different from like let's say going to a pub and drinking with people and just talking like just just conspiracy whatever. It's just the people have these conversations with a lot of people, but it's like they're scared of doing it in public just because you have guys like Blue Bacon there pushing that narrative that they don't want to be attacked like that. And then whereas me, I don't really don't mind. It's a go attack. It just increases my it's like publicity and so on. And I was gonna say yeah, because like a lot of these other guys, like I remember Gene Lartanda, these other Disinfo guys, they like search all your history. Like he was going through my websites, finding my previous work and so on, and he's going through my Facebook and all that. It's like they go try to find anything about you and then make it seem like they're digging into your past life or so on. It's really, really, really weird. Blue Bacon says, prove it as an inside job.
Even with Gene Larretondo, remember I wrote that article with regards to the inner workings of AE 911 a while ago, and that book that I found that was written in 2010 by a guy who worked for them. And he ended up basically saying that they've got a vetting process for people for AE 911 on the on their stuff, and that's where they basically mention a whole bunch of different things that you're not allowed to mention, like with regards to the planes, a bunch of other aspects, and then how to search a person and find out what they've been mentioning in the past. And one of the other person, the only person they have on there is Dr. Wood. And then I was a little bit sneaky, or if you want to really call it trolly or whatever, and I emailed like 13 of the truther celebrities like Richard Gage, Gene Larratonda, and those guys with that article. And then we had this whole email frenzy for around about 5 days, and later on the list grew from that 13 people up to I think 45 people, and they were having a horrendous meltdown. And even in that email thread, Gene Larratonda ended up sharing a screenshot of me of my LinkedIn account.
Yeah, I did see that.
The email.
Yeah.
So that's how he likes doxing people in a way. But to get to the end of the story, basically I started calling him out, saying that he's the one that initiated the whole fight, because now he all of a sudden tried to be real virtuous by stating no, but we shouldn't be arguing amongst one another. That's because the YouTube channel Cocktails and Conspiracy, one of their guys climbed into the chat and said, yeah, but we've basically got to focus on getting the normies to understand that the government narrative is the conspiracy, and there shouldn't be this whole infighting with regards to everything. Yeah, you'll see it is.
Yeah, no, I went through it.
That's where I basically put it through everything, that all the emails, and then also what people confirmed in the subject line or the comment section of that article with other people who were working for AE 911 for like 10 years, who ended up leaving due to the censorship and everything. And it ended up with Gene stating, oh, okay, fine, give me a call and we can sort our stuff out. And I sort of told him, like, dude, I'm not phoning you from my landline or my cell phone to America so that you can geolocate me or whatever. So we can do a face-to-face, and we ended up doing a Zoom, and it was actually really civil. And that was basically I think the Thursday before I had the so-called debate or discussion with Blue Balls. And it was really, really, really good. He seemed genuine, as if he would like to discuss things. But yeah, we'll see if something comes from it in 2025. Mm-hmm. I'll definitely like to see if he's going to allow me into his weekly roundtable Zoom call, because he banned me off that after I basically asked him what a real truth seeker is. And that was a conversation with him and 10 other people where I just called them out and said, but if you want to say that you are looking for truth, then why is there a specific topic and a specific person, you guys, and the evidence that they present, and that's Dr. Morgan Reynolds with his plane impact studies against NIST, and Dr. Wood, why don't you guys want to discuss what they present? Because they present stuff that you guys cannot explain. and there's actually a video of the North Tower disintegrating, showing you steel, the inner steel core with beams falling on top of one another and just fizzling off into dust. And he still denied that, seeing that in front of his face. And you can't say that a nuke or thermite or anything actually did that. So it's rather interesting to see how disingenuous the people are, even if you show them the proof right in front of their faces. So hopefully next year we'll be able to have conversations like we had that evening. And I most probably then thought that it would possibly be a similar type of conversation with blue balls, but obviously it wasn't. But yeah, the guy just showed what a disingenuous dick he is by not actually giving me the moment to speak or to present what I wanted to show them. So, and that's really sad in a way, because I think his blue balls audience could have learned a lot and broken their spell of the mainstream narrative that blue balls is pushing. Because if you go onto his channel, you can see anything that goes against the mainstream narrative he tries to debunk, and that's from climate change and all the various stuff.
Ladies
so
and
yeah, this guy is definitely out there to make a living off trying to push the mainstream narrative. And yeah, I can't see how you can call yourself a crime scene investigator or anything if you just parrot the mainstream bull twang. So yeah, interesting, but it's a learning experience. So it was fun, infuriating, but we've made a couple of videos to counter him, and the articles that I've written about him and the videos that I've shared on my various social platforms, everybody sees straight through this guy. So
no, yeah, the guy's definitely a clown. He also let's see, I think I did, thanks. Yeah, so like in his own channel again, for some reason his channel, like his hit pieces get more views than mine. It's like YouTube, I think, promotes just anything attacking conspiracies, but not the conspiracy itself.
Yeah, but he also deletes comments. Like
he hasn't deleted mine.
I've been in his comment sections, and none of my comments are there.
Yeah,
and
no, I've noticed that. I've noticed
Conlon
that.
has also taken him on with regards to his shorts that he made with regards to trying to discredit the 3D volumetric projection aspects. And yeah, the guy just plays completely dumb. He just says, you're wrong. But sorry, by stating somebody's wrong doesn't prove your point.
No,
it's stupid.
No, I understand, but again, he's a disinfo agent. Like, this is his job. But what I wanted to say is, he may not be deleting comments, but I do think they are hiding it. Like if you just do it normally, I can't see the comments. If I just do here, for example, I'll go to his site right here. Without
my comments are gone.
Oh no, like, okay, this is what I mean. Like, my comments. First of all, if you put links, that's automatically like is gonna get removed.
Yeah, but I wasn't putting in any links. I was just commenting on my stuff.
But I wanted to show is right here. Yeah, so right here, if I click right here, I won't be able to see mine. So like, I can't see mine if I just do normally. Oh, yeah, there's mine. I see some of them. But for some reason, the only way I could like see all of them is when I do click newest, and I can see them all. So I haven't seen them deliberately delete, but they are really weird, because a lot of people said they thought I deleted my comments, but I'm like, no, they're there. You just click newest one. Here, I'll just continue here, but I'll show you. The reason I'm showing this thread is there are some people in his like audience that aren't either completely clueless or that are open to actual like that aren't actually part of his grift, that actually are open to real info. So if I just keep going right here, so a couple people right here, random ones on his channel. This guy says, unite, not fight. Your channel looks awesome, MES. Thanks for reaching out, and we'll definitely be watching yours. So I said, thanks, Unite. There's another one that also said, yeah, he'll be watching mine, because I was going at him, and then people are seeing that, like, okay, this guy's. That's why he doesn't want to put links to channels. That's another thing. And it's not in order. Okay, and another thing I want to show is, I forgot what. There was another part in here. But yeah, but anyways, I forgot. My train of thought went there. But anyways, so once he came up with the hockey puck stuff, I couldn't take him seriously anymore. So so this was like a month ago, but he somehow still went back on it just to ask me about the plane speed right here. He says, so this is 2 weeks ago, my last comment to someone else, and then he said 2 days ago, how sure are you the speeds were impossible? And I said, stick to a hockey puck physics, clown. And then he doubled down. He says, you're confused again. See, the hockey puck example was in regards to a perfectly compressed disc. Then we went, hold on, a hockey puck doesn't make sense. It would be more of a cone, all right? At which point we went over the conical volume of the pile. And at no point did I try to convince you that the whole house is a hockey puck. You wouldn't need to resort to deception if you were right. And I said, like... I said, okay, there's that hockey puck and bogus nonsense. So keep it up, all right? And then we have a whole bunch of people attacking me.
But people also, sorry to interject, man, but people need, I just shared it in the comments, my article, a 9/11 Debunker Debrief, where I also take on his plane aspects, the initial email sent to him after I saw his initial video that he made, taking you on and discussing you. So we've sent him enough information or whatever that he can do his due diligence and work through the stuff. So he was intentionally playing dumb and just sticking to the mainstream narrative. So go through that article of mine, a 9/11 Debunker Debrief, because it lays out everything nice and good with regards to the whole build up until he ended up having me on. And then I also basically... broke down a 1 hour slot that he had me on with regards to all the disinformation that he was mentioning, and a second video that I made with regards to all the prep work that I did with the various clips and stuff that I would have shown, the presentation that he didn't want you to see. So
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I have this in a link in there. I was gonna go over it once I go through some of his videos and so on. Like, no, the guy's like definitely a clown, but I also think he's not doing. He has a whole lot of help. He's definitely a front man. I noticed that just from the math is just so like so bad that he didn't even know what Building 3 was.
But dude, he mentioned he's going to pay somebody to do his homework for him on me.
I understand that, but I also think he's getting paid by those people. He's probably unless they give him like a lump sum of money and then do XYZ. But like some of the, for example, the 3D models he made, it's not easy making 3D model. There's not a crime scene investigator on the planet that.
Oh, you've got to play that. You've got to play that video. I did a super edit with you calling me out on Building 3. You've got to play that. Come on, please, man.
Because I have already made it already, I think. I already showed this one. Which
I
one
was
is
a
this
full-time soldier.
No.
Oh,
I edited it. I made it even better.
Okay, we'll play this one, and then I got to get back on the notes because we have a bunch of stuff. We haven't even went through his his plane stuff or the other stuff. I have some really good insights to show how much of a clown he is.
I was a full-time soldier. Now I am a part-time soldier, but I still have a clearance.
14.75 meters tall, which is almost 5 times the height of our perfectly distributed hockey puck of cuboid. Now, that is still less than 62.2 meters total, but if we work with that, we try to figure out, okay, if our height is 14.75.
Is that Building 3?
This is one of the, I believe it's one of the towers. It's either 1 or 2.
I think it's Building 3, because the towers is behind this. This is that stub I showed you beforehand.
Okay, so this is either 1 or 2.
No, this is the Building 3. If you see,
perfect. Well, we'll work with that, and I actually have something that will address
remember that stub I showed you.
So if we assume
exterior columns on the back,
14 point, yes, we can. So maybe that's part of the pile for one of the towers.
But maybe this is above my clearance. Except.
Where are the towers? Where to go? Tower 1 is so overshadowed by this 8-story remnants of Building 6. What's wrong with this picture? You should have at least 100 more stories of the north wall of Tower 1. Where is the north wall? Where to go? Where'd it go? Where are the towers?
But maybe this is above my clearance. I was a full-time
So it's definitely above his clearance to talk about the truth.
Muted. Sorry guys, I was muted. Okay, I was muted. I gotta go back. If I'm muted, I brought this over. Okay, I am Mark FB. Sorry, so this guy says first time here. Will you state your view on 9/11? And yes, I was muted, guys. I want to go back here first. I was muted when I was saying here. This is this thing I have to keep repeating. These exterior columns of the lobby are still standing. They're still standing vertical, pointing up vertical. In other words, nothing crushed them. Nothing crushed them. I can't stress this enough. They're perfectly vertical. The columns aren't twisted sideways or anything. They're not crushed. I don't know how to stress this enough. There's not 100 floors above them. Crush them. There's like if you have a house, okay, and if you have a building, the bottom floors will get crushed, but they're not crushed. They're not. I don't know. Like this is where it gets to like. That's why I can't take anything he says. I can't take anything he says seriously.
Remember, also there we're in the middle of that building and that stub that's left over there. That's where 16 people survived.
Yeah.
And they weren't crushed by anything. They weren't blasted to bits by explosives. They didn't lose their hearing due to huge explosions going off. They didn't have molten metal or thermite rain down upon them. They didn't go blind from the bright flashes of thermite. And they sure as hell didn't die of radiation poisoning of nukes going off. Because even there's people who want to talk about nukes being buried underneath the towers. So, hello, then if the nuke was below them, then they wouldn't be alive. So, sorry people, none of those theories actually can explain why those 16 people survived there. The 500,000 ton building above them disappeared.
Yeah, definitely. So another thing is these didn't go in the basements. These are the bottom floors. Like the stairwell B is like the bottom floors. They're not inside the basement. The exterior columns are not in the basement. They're just there, and nothing's above them, and they're not crushed in the basement. And then I'll go back to the comment right here. So this guy on Rumble says, first time here, will you state your view on 9/11? So 9/11 was done by directed energy weapons to turn towers into dust in midair, and the objects in the sky were advanced image projection, 3D image projections, and then possibly cloaked missile-like object, but more advanced. And again, hurricane control and a bunch of magic. It was magic. And stairwell B, SAX 17, stairwell B, yeah, that's stairwell B. So that's that one will show up. And then, yeah, so we've got an hour in. But I still have a whole lot of stuff here. Some of them are pretty epic, and then once we get through them all, and I have, then we'll go through that and also some random stuff that I have been holding back for
I've also got some stuff prepared that I want to show, so get to it, yes, sir.
Okay, I'll try to power through, otherwise we'll be here for 4 days. Okay, I am Mark FB. Excellent, thank you, yeah, for sure. I tell it like it is. And that's another thing. If you deal with any conspiracy guy or debunk or whatever, and they don't tell you their full view on it, but they're somehow spending hours and hours, quote, going over 9/11. Like for example, Blue Bacon will not state it was Osama. He just goes specific points and only quote debunks that because he uses a thing called like narrative. He tries to make the assumption that okay, this aspect he's trying to debunk it is wrong. I'll say this aspect because he's talking about my disappearing wing videos. He's saying it wasn't a hologram. Okay, but again, he's obviously bogus. That gives the impression and the overlying narrative with unspoken that the mainstream narrative is correct. So it's like because he knows if he says Osama myth is real, he's just an Osama truther. It'll be just too easy to laugh at him. So it's like they use a lot of weird tactics. It's right here. One of the firemen said he saw sunlight. No 110 floors above him. Yeah, that was the Mickey Cross. We'll get to that in a bit right here. Okay, so let's go power through, and then I'll need to go watch them in a bit. Okay, right here. So Blue is a narrative pusher, aka liar, aka Ash conformity experiment. I was going to show that, and energy vampire. He's literally doing a 4-hour live stream saying he taught math to a math channel. Okay, like how ridiculous is it? Christoph, hi everyone. Thank you, MES. You did a formidable job during that stream with Blue Bacon. He was acting as if he was dumb. He was acting as, yeah, and I was like forcing myself just to just keep going because it was just so like I just couldn't even entertain his absolute nonsense. Okay, going back here, and I even told him about the exterior columns still standing, and then he's like, "Those are irrelevant. The stairwell B is irrelevant." I'm like, "What does that even mean?" All right, so I'm gonna play this energy vampire stuff. So energy vampire. So this is what Blue Bacon is. He's literally this guy.
One of the best ways to drain people's energy nowadays is via the internet. This woman is a astrophysicist. Actually, this is not how space works. Read a book. These are all different accounts that I have set up. The energy you get this way isn't quite as pure, but if you do enough of it, it'll fill you up. Shanghai sucked. Where was the Chinatown?
It's surprisingly simple to get total strangers completely furious with you.
They should get a life. When they call you a dumbass, you know you've got them. They called me a dumbass.
Okay, I don't want to get copyright strike, but that should be fine enough. Anyways, that's what he is, and then the other one is Ash conformity. This one I may get copyright strike on this one, but there's the Ash conformity one here. So Blue Bacon Clown is doing his best Ash conformity experiment. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it.
What an experiment is.
I'm gonna play a tiny bit. Basically, you'll have some disinfo agents and then one real guy, and all they do is just lie, and then the other one sometimes he'll literally believe the lie or force himself to get into it.
It's not a public opinion poll. It examines behavior under the pressure of social forces, as the experiment of Solomon Ash reveals. Judgments.
Two. We'll proceed in this order. You'll give your answer.
Only one of the people in the group is a real subject, the fifth person with the white t-shirt. The others are confederates of the experimenter and have been told to give wrong answers on some of the trials. The experiment begins uneventfully as subjects give their judgments.
Two. Three.
But on the third trial, something happens.
Two.
And here they're saying which one's the same size. So they're all saying 2, and then the guy says 2. And this is the normal guy.
2.
He's like, what is going on here?
The subject denies the
Natasha says,
evidence of his own eyes and yields to group influence.
There it is. That's pretty much, deny your own eye and yield to group influence. But in there as well, it says if you just have one friend, someone just telling the truth, it dramatically removes the mind control. So again, these guys are literally acting like they're literally doing MK Ultra techniques. These are mind control narrative perception techniques of like basically he's it's like a grandmaster wizard, but he's like a low level clown. Anyways, 3G and 4G wrote my van off. I levitated and the signal made me ill for months. Okay, yeah, Sax says his car levitated. If you have any more info on that, any documents on it, videos, it'd be epic. All right, guys. The next one is I just want to power through. So Blue is also a government agent, has a security clearance just like his fellow Disinfo agent, Ashton Forbes. So what are the odds right here? What are the odds that security clearance, that both very similar personality grifters and Disinfo agents, Ashton Forbes, so very interesting that both 9/11 Disinfo agent Blue Bacon and MH370 Disinfo agent Ashton Forbes have government security clearances for classified information, or at least they say they do, and I do believe they do have it. Thanks for your support. To be clear, my clearance has nothing to do with this topic whatsoever, and so on. Yeah, it says Ashton has top secret clearance. I was waiting to play this as a trap card in case government tried to discredit me. You do this every single day of your life. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does have a government security clearance. And this guy here, he's talking about his security clearance and being a U.S. soldier And again, a U.S. soldier with security clearance, and he's threatening MES with jail time for disclosing that 9/11 was done with classified technology. Think about what he was actually saying, that you bring up talking about classified tech instead of saying, hey, I'm telling the government murdered people with classified tech. He's like, no, you're going to go to jail for saying they use classified tech. Like, does anybody listen to what he's saying?
Hi, folks. We're talking about the 9/11 hologram theory again. I was a full-time soldier. Now I am a part-time soldier, but I still have a clearance. But maybe this is above my clearance. Except, if that's the case, how did your alleged sources find out? Who leaked it to them? And why would they tell it to you? Why are any of you risking so much jail time? Because sharing classified secrets falls under 18 U.S.C. 793, which has a maximum prison sentence of 10 years. And if you know the information you're sharing is classified, which clearly you at least suspect strongly, you have violated this law. So my question is this: how sure are you that you're right? Because if you are 100% sure, you might want to get a lawyer.
Okay, so that was literally a threat. Like, that's actually a threat. And then what's interesting is someone on the chat actually he was on the fence about 9/11 do, and he said that threat confirms it was indeed a directed energy weapon. So again, when I do the debate stuff, I'm not doing it for like necessarily his audience or him or anything. Just for anyone that's just interested in 9/11. Just to get information, and it's like, because a lot of them can see through it, because especially when you have someone breaking the narrative, which is me, telling them no, it's not Osama, and now they're open to whatever, and now this guy's saying you're going to go to jail for saying that the government murdered its own people with classified tech. And it's like, but I did understand his tactics though. So yeah, Christoph says these threats are so stupid. Yeah, but I understood it. I think he was doing a bait and switch. I think he wanted me to say, hey, I'm not I think he wanted me to say, hey, I'm just saying that they did this. It's probably due, and that I don't know 100% is classified. Like, I don't know the weapon. I think he wanted me to say something like that. I'd be like, oh, so you don't actually know what it was? But I'm like, no, it's classified. I know it's classified. If they throw me in jail, whatever. They already murdered like pretty much. Yeah, governments murder millions and billions of people. It's like, who cares? So I wanted to force him to. Like, keep going with that. That was weird though. I cannot believe you brought that up. That was really, really, really weird. All right, but I think he was more of a threat. He was more of a threat at me for some, like, just say, it's similar to Gene Laurentano when he does the like, what's your background history? It's really weird. And also going further, so Blue's Disinfo moderators misspell Judy. So they have a moderator literally called Judy, and they spell her Woods wrong. So, and you can see this all the time. I have like a whole list of people saying Woods. Okay, this infobot says, how's Mad Judy Woods doing these days? Woods, and I said it's Dr. Judy Wood, not Woods bot. And also in that chat, Judy, you got this. It says Disinfo moderator. That would be Judy Woods, and then Meth and MES says it's Judy Wood, not Woods. And it's like, you'll see this many times. You see Judy, and one thing I've noticed is, so this Woods, but if you search Judy Wood, it wouldn't show up on their transcript on some of the Disinfo people, and so on. It's like they always say, it's just it's a calling card. And it's another person, I've long been aware of Dr. Judy Wood's justification, and so on here. This person here, misspelling there, I took a screenshot of that, and it's like, anyways, you'll see that all the time. Let's continue to power through right here. Okay, and then going here, yeah. So Blue actually believes that a hijacker's password was found before the towers fell. So this was part of the email. So again, this is when it's like he's clearly just lying. Like, how could anyone think this? Even the anchor in the video clip says that he doesn't like. It's hard to believe. And I said to him, also mention to your audience that one of the hijackers' passports was found before the towers fell and was quote soaked in jet fuel. If you can believe that, before the towers fell. One of the passports was literally given there, even though there's like 40,000 filing cabinets that were missing. yet this guy's passport was found before the towers fell.
If I can interject real quick, also just even before the towers actually fell, you had cars spontaneously combusting as well. So sorry, jet fuel can't have cars combust in the streets close to the towers either. So, hello.
I brought that up when you were, I think, in your garden. When after the impact, like minutes after, the cars were spontaneously exploding and like setting on fire, like 10 blocks away. And even buildings like 10 blocks away, people were saying that they were getting hit 10 blocks away right after the impact. So I'm like, what's going on here? Some inside, some outside. So, and also Blue Bacon says, I see no reason why it would be impossible to find. Again, and I didn't even say impossible. I'm saying, again, this is like winning the lottery like 10 times over. It's like, yeah, there is in some sort of weird, highly improbable, but yeah, it's basically impossible. I'm going impossible. He says, impossible to find in the 1 hour, 42 minutes it took for the North Tower to collapse. A passport was among the personal effects ejected from the plane upon impact. I wouldn't be shocked to learn it had jet fuel on it. It's like the whole crime scene is solved in a split second, and the news anchor saying Osama did this and so on. Okay, so it's absolutely really, really, really weird, and we'll play that clip right here. And again, how could anyone believe that? So it gets to the point where it's like, who are we arguing with? It's like he's either completely oblivious or not truthful. Like this right here. And it was also soaked in jet fuel, according to the wiki.
Another development on Saturday, New York officials revealed at a news conference here in the city that a hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that. No other details were given, but the discovery prompted the FBI and police to expand the search area down in Lower Manhattan. That a hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that. That a hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that. That a hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that. That if you can believe that. That if you can believe that.
All right, if you can believe that, I don't know what to say. And that was done by That's Life, but not as you know it. I just put this edit together and put this text on there so you could see. And Sachs says right here, let's see here. No, it was a company van. I never saw it after that they mechanics. The guy says a car levitated. Thought I'd smash it into something solid. I said switched on a test signal before I left the site. Her book is excellent. The paperwork is fine. Only the inside of chain link fences interrupt the signal. Interesting. If you could just send me an email with like a more coherent, just put it all together so I could read it out to the audience with context, so everything is for future live stream. All right, so that was that, and then I want to keep going further right here, just to show you that he does. I highly doubt he believes this is mumbo jumbo. So right here, Blue also says that the Luke Korshen footage looks exactly like a real Boeing, or a real Big Boeing. So I sent an email there. As I finally, the quote, plane looks nothing like a Big Boeing, regardless of whether the video is interlaced or de-interlaced. And note, of course, the completely disappeared left wing and a big portion of the right. So this looks nothing like a real Big Boeing. And he says the plane looks exactly like a Boeing. Like this is what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with an actual truthful person here. Anyone that looks like this and says that's a real Big Boeing, it's just completely ridiculous. And it's not the camera, it's not some compression mumbo jumbo. You can just compare that with actual low flying planes and plane spotter videos from the 1990s, such as this scary Hong Kong, China Kai Tak Airport. It's from 1998. Some even go from the 80s, 60s. They all look like planes. Imagine this plane flying overhead of any city at full throttle near 600 miles an hour. It's not going to look like this. It will not look like that. This is 1998. Footage right here. Wait, I just want to get the... Okay, so this is 1998. This one, a plane's going here slowly, and it's not a full throttle. Imagine full throttle going 600 miles an hour. This looks like a plane. And how scary is that? This does not look like a plane. This looks like a plane. Alright, and there's another one. This one's going decently fast. Imagine going 2-3 times the speed at full throttle while like literally... So, look how loud this is. This is very low, and this is in 1998. So again, it's not the camera quality, it's not compression, it's not some random mumbo jumbo. It's literally, this wasn't on 9/11. This thingy did not appear. It's behind a tree. We clearly know it's a damn giant plane. Okay? And look how massive that looks like there. Anyways. So this low-flying plane, people can see from a mile away. There's more of them. And I used to live near an airport. Anytime it flies over, the whole house shake. Like all the dinner tables just like shaking. And imagine this plane going 3 times the speed at full throttle. Like it's accelerating. It's literally flooring it. This one is just cruise. It's just casual speed. This is just slow down speed to try to land. Or land or go up. Like, oh, this is so scary. Holy, this did not happen on 9/11. Notice how far away you could hear it from. You can hear it. It's not even in there. You could hear it, and there it is. And there's no confusion about, is it a small plane? Is it a big one? Is it a missile? Is it a rocket? All right. So that's that. And another thing I wanted to show was this part right here. Yeah, imagine that. And also there's a sound decibel comparisons. This is sound decibel comparison. So a jet takeoff is 150, eardrum rupture, aircraft, this is military, jet aircraft takeoff. These are takeoff. A Boeing 737 at 1 mile away before landing, 90. It's about 4 times likely damage, 8 years of that. But imagine, yeah, this is at landing at 1 mile away. It's about 90 decibels. And garbage disposal, dishwasher. This is about like right next to dishwasher. And it's about how many times? But anyways, and imagine, yeah, the actual one, if I click this one here, the actual one's going to be like 120, 50, or 150 decibels. Click this, Ask Rock. Full throttle, I put asked it right here, full throttle 120 decibels. What is that in this comparison? So painful, 32 times louder, 70 decibels. 70 is a car, yeah, imagine passenger car at 65 miles. Imagine 32 times louder than that. And so on. And it's going to be absolutely painful. So the sound is going to be absolutely painful. It's like a thunderclap. It's literally like a thunderbolt. Like, imagine a thunderbolt going across the sky in a low altitude. Absolutely scorching speed and full throttle. The engines are going absolutely wild. And the engines also go through the building with no crunching, no noise. That's another part, is the no noise. Jet comparison. So right here, it goes in with, and it's also with no noise. When you see any footage, it's literally quiet. It goes in quiet. There's no giant engines crushing steel or getting crushed by steel. This and it goes in like a yeah, it goes in cleanly like this. Again, this is a bunker buster missile. Let's see this one. It goes in and literally this one no resistance as well. It's very, very low resistance. So that's why I say bunker buster. I would assume that yeah, I would assume it's still like this. All you have to do is just go through the first exterior columns of steel, and you're good to go. So, and going at 600 miles an hour, and in some sort of advanced impact object. And also, the only real-looking planes on 9/11 were the mystery planes, which were much further yet clearly visible. So if you go here, I put this link right here because you can see the images. These were all the disappearing wings, like all the weird blurry wings, and then the only real one is this one, and this is actually further away than the other ones when they were taken. And this one looks like a plane. The only one that looks like a plane is this one. That's the only one that looks like a plane. We'll show that video. Go on YouTube. It's easier on YouTube. And the other part is, again, all these at the exact same time and place, they all in sync. This one here, they all disappear. And again, it's not a compression artifact. This one's behind a crane, and it disappears and it just glides. And then Blue Bacon saying that the wing is actually there still. Like, he's saying this wing is still there. I'm like, that's not a wing. That's like a ghost. Like, imagine someone turns into a ghost and be like, he's still there. I'm like, no, he's a ghost. Anyways, and then go to the mystery plane right here. Look how far away the guy zooms in, and you can see a mystery plane perfectly there. There's a mystery plane. Like, that's an actual plane. There's no debate, etc. Blue Bacon using the Dewey Decimal System for his references. Oh, that's interesting. So that's an actual plane. It's right there. It's an actual plane, and you can zoom in. You can see it, and it's not and there's not a chance it's gonna go 600 miles an hour. Okay, so that's that. Let's see if I can power through. How much more did I power through? Okay, so now I was gonna start debunking Blue Bacon's hockey puck and Cohen, and it's the same nonsense. Like, okay, we'll go over this one in a bit. I'm gonna go to the washroom, and so what I'll do is I'm gonna go washroom and now the Revisionists, if you want to entertain them. Otherwise, I'll put a video on while I leave.
Yeah, definitely I can entertain people with regards to all that kind of stuff. Can you then just let me share screen and show people something?
Yeah, just share screen. Yeah.
Okay, cool. just get my stuff ready. Computer sound, start sharing. Okay, can people see my screen? And let's quickly see if people can hear the audio. Why does this not want to? Oh, okay. Can people hear this audio?
There's this weird conspiracy about the 9/11 attacks in 2001 that I...
So you can hear the audio.
Yeah, and also plain stuff. Just make sure nobody says words fake, etc.
Don't
So
worry,
I don't
don't
get
worry.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'll go to the washroom.
I'm going to put this link for this article in the comment section real quick. People, please go through this. It's rather in depth. It goes through everything he was taking MES on from the beginning with all the plane aspects. I also suggest the video that I shared there with Dr. Morgan Reynolds' plane 2007 QTAM whistleblower case. Go check out those videos as well. So obviously this is my article that I wrote, the 9/11 debunker debrief. Go into the whole aspect. This is what old Blue Balls wants you to believe, that jet fuel did that. So you must be vaxxed if you still believe that. So that's his initial video that he made. That's the initial email that I sent him. I also linked in the email that I sent him to 9/11 Planes Research, his articles, so you can go through his information that he shared. He also did a full podcast with a South African podcaster, so it's worthwhile listening to that podcast, and there's a short little promo clip of it. Then with regards to actually debunking the whole aspect that he was pushing, is you've just got to look at flight 587. That's a flight that crashed in New York City on November 12, 2001. That's basically, you can really call it God's way of wanting to have people wake up to the B/S with regards to what they saw on 9/11, because this plane was only flying at 250 knots. It was in turbulence. What happened is the pilot used the rudder too much, and he ended up breaking off the tailpiece of the plane, and it then started falling to the ground. And because it went past the structural integrity speeds under 10,000 feet, the engines basically tore off the plane and actually hit the ground before the plane did. So that's a real life example stating that what we saw on 9/11 was impossible structurally for a plane to be able to do that, because those are the speeds claimed and calculated from the radar that was picked up. And here is something that pilots say, where they talk about the controllability and how difficult it is. Here's people from Boeing also stating that a plane can't fly so low at those speeds. Then he came back with another bullshit debunking aspect with regards to that. Then this is Morgan Reynolds discussing the first law of motion. Then that is Blue Bacon stating that the debate is on. Another B/S story that he pushed out. We already went through this. This is just to once again prove to him that the rubble pile was way too small for such a huge building. That's a 2-minute clip that you can look at. Then I've already shared some of the links to the YouTube videos for the videos in this article already, where we just show him that what he's talking about is complete and utter bull twang. And this is that's the NIST video that I made, and that's the 1 hour section that I was on there, and then I basically updated it where I made a little bit of a mix video proving all his disingenuous talking points that are absolutely wrong. So go through that, and then that's just the notes that I had. And that's basically it. So you guys can go through this article. It's really in-depth, showing that any type of conversation, anything that he wants to push the official government conspiracy theory is complete and utter bull. So whilst he was, let's just go and watch this 2-minute clip over here whilst we were waiting for MES to get back.
No,
it
I'm
hasn't
here.
got any audio, so I do apologize for that.
No, I'm here. You can't hear me?
Oh, are you back?
Yeah, I was here. No,
sorry.
I was gonna.
The link on the live stream is just a little bit delayed, so you only pop back into the screen now.
Yeah, I was actually gonna show this one. I was gonna show it soon, so I'll show it soon.
Okay, cool. Bananas.
I was gonna show your.
So, that's me for now. I'll stop screen sharing. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Epic stuff. And yeah, I'll just move this here. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for taking care of the audience there. And yeah, it's pretty epic stuff there. And again, this Blue Bacon guy again. The reason I did this stream and the other one is so that when his name is showing up, there is at least a counter, because he's gonna get promoted by like mainstream stuff. Because on YouTube, if you're saying anything conspiracy stuff, like any sensitive stuff like 9/11 or mass shootings or any sort of stuff like that, and you're on the side of government is wrong, you're not going to be recommended or so on. So that's why Blue Bacon, he's like he has less than half the subscribers, yet he gets way more views on hit pieces than I do of like literally in-depth research and compilation of like all the footage. And even the plain stuff, I just made a compilation. Like in the description, I state my opinion, but the actual compilation is just compilation. It's just evidence. It's whatever you want to take it. But I'm like, I don't even state anything in the compilation. Anyways, because I do think that is a very sensitive one. Because I got a lot of people, mainstream people, saying once they saw that disappearing wing at the exact same time and place, they're like, okay, that's definitely not a regular plane. I literally had normies looking at it like, okay, this is a bit next level. All right, going further. I have some random ones. I might do these ones. I might do them later, or for another one, just because we have a special guest today. So we'll do another one then. But what I'll do is go over here. So debunking of Blue Bacon's hockey puck and cone math, quote math. It's the same nonsense that Greg Jenkins used of, quote, melting all the steel down and forming a flat cube or whatever, rectangle. Yeah, at least Jenkins has a PhD in nanophysics, while Blue is literally a clown. Like, so I kind of felt like, man, they don't really, think too highly of me if they have Blue Bacon at me. But then Judy Wood, they have literally an actual, Greg Jenkins, although he's a clown, at least he has like some big credentials. So throwback to January 2007 when Greg Jenkins did an ambush interview with Dr. Judy Wood, and he also was caught doing the duping delight. This was his video, and again, this is similar. 2013, it's exactly the same exact thing as the Blue Bacon. It's like the ambush interview style there. This was before like Zoom and so on, before Skype. So this one here, I'll show this quickly.
This is not productive. It's not educational.
It's educational for me.
What's the subject now? Is it steel? Is it concrete? Or is it dust?
You choose, please.
This is a game you're playing.
I'm really not playing a game.
And he smiles. There's a duping delight. Okay, that's not playing game. And also.
Okay, MES, if I can just interject there. If people just check out my article, 9/11 Truth Suppression Timeline, I've got a breakdown there of Greg Jenkins and his ambush. There's also a link to a full article on the ambush and giving you the background of it. Also did a little bit of a mix video on it, and he basically is now working for companies that specialize in directed energy weapons type stuff. So he was put in there by the government, if you can basically call it that, as a counter-pro agent to discredit her and push people off. Because whenever you get people, whenever you discuss Dr. Wood, they will eventually bring in Greg Jenkins. So go check out 9/11 Truth Suppression Timeline, that article for the video. I've got links to my Rumble videos. You guys can go download that and use that as ammunition to debunk anybody who tries to use the video of Greg Jenkins, because you can then show them what a disingenuous dick he was at.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Definitely, you had this, and I forgot who brought this up. I think either you did or someone else, or I did. I'm not sure if I found out, because I posted about
the initial debunk that I used there came from the 9/11 observable evidence documentary, and I added in some of my own stuff, and then also Andrew Johnson wrote a article. If you just scroll down a little bit.
No, I understand that. I actually haven't looked at the debunk stuff because it's just too painful looking at him. He was like literally Blue Bacon. Like I can't even watch Blue Bacon videos on my own. It's just so like sad.
Yeah, but I've been doing it so that you don't have to, and I've been writing.
No, but what I was asking is
easier for people to have ammunition against them.
No, definitely,
who try to discredit Dr.
Yeah, but what I was asking is who was the first to find out that he had these credentials? Because I forgot, because like these screenshots are my screenshots. That's the thing.
No, that's all in the article that I got from Andrew Johnson, and everybody needs to read Andrew Johnson's 2 free PDF downloadable books. They are
that's probably when
linked in my the bottom of my articles, because he's been chronicling the 9/11 truth movement since 2005, and he's got everything on everybody there, like alien scientist, Greg Jenkins, Stephen Jones, David Chan, everybody.
Definitely.
That should be your go-to guide if you really want to go out and be a advocate for Dr. Wood, and you've got to arm yourself with the tools, and that is why I basically started my Substack, to make it easier for you guys to know what you're talking about.
No, definitely, yeah. No, but again, the reason I'm bringing this up, because this screenshot is the one I took. It's on my Telegram, so I was wondering if
no, I steal stuff everywhere.
No, I know, that's what I was just wondering who was the first to find out he's a physicist. It could have been Andrew Johnson, and then I just or someone messaged me. I forgot how I made this, because I think someone told me, or I found it from Andrew Johnson, because I made this post. And I went and then I checked his LinkedIn to double check, because I was like, no way, and he's literally like an actual big time physicist, and also they have like a deal, the school has a deal with the NSA and so on, so that's pretty interesting. The laboratory that he worked at also is partnered with the National Security Agency. But again, the reason I'll bring him up because he also has a duper's delight, so like stuff like that is stuff I want to show, because he's a disinfo agent. But I do want to go to the Greg Jenkins one, because he's repeating so Blue Bacon is just him.
Basically, sorry to interject, but if you play that first that video that I've got in that article, the first like minute or two, that shows you his duper's delight, and there's a short little clip in there just that also proves his duper's delight. So that initial 1.5 minute, 2 minutes, it's excellent to point that out for newbies.
Yeah, because I just showed it. Were you watching the one I just showed? I just showed his duper's delight just now. But what I wanted to bring up was this part here. The reason I'm bringing him up is because he's Blue Bacon, the hockey puck and cone stuff is the exact same thing Jenkins was doing. And he was saying this. So if you go, this is why I just couldn't take him seriously, and why he didn't give me his the notes beforehand. Because if he gave me the notes beforehand, either I wouldn't have done the stream because it would have been too much of a joke, or I would have absolutely laughed at him the entire stream. He would have been one of those. He would have not have like uploaded on his own channel. So this right here, if you listen to what Jenkins says.
And you see when the
go back here.
You have these big holes with.
I'm just gonna make an example.
Where to go?
So notice what he says right here. It's the exact same thing as Blue Bacon.
Wait.
No, I'm just gonna make an example.
Where to go?
If you melt down all this steel and that.
You're changing the subject.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. If you bear with me, you'll see that I'm not. In the top 110 floors of the building, if you melted down this steel, okay, into its footprint, it would only be 6 feet tall. It'd be one slab, the cross-sectional area of the building,
how about the concrete?
6 feet tall.
Okay. Anyways, what Judy Wood should have been like, no one's melting all the steel into a acre an area, 1 acre, like 200 feet across, and he's saying 6 feet. He said 6 feet. No way, that's 6 feet.
Cross-sectional area of the building.
How about
So what he's saying is that you'll have a full acre, so that's 208 feet by 208 feet, all of like just a bit taller than me, of pure steel. And that's more than the rubble that was found. The rubble is literally ground level, and there is no melted steel. So what he just described is literally what that hockey puck. This guy's doing a cube. So, like, okay, to illustrate what he's trying to say is, he's literally saying melting it all down, which is complete and utter like just weird nonsense. So what I want to say is this right here, and where did the Greg Jenkins? Okay, where's that clip that you said? The one that you said the duper slide. I think you showed it there. No, this is a short one.
This.
Okay. Norman, are you there? Because your audio is playing.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just if you're on, if you can, yeah. So when you're.
Okay, I'll mute.
Yeah, just because, yeah, just so it's like a weird noise in the background. I thought you were gonna say something. Yeah. So that's this guy here attacking Judy Wood, doing the Duper's Delight, and he's talking about melting steel down. He's saying 6 feet tall. So again, going back to that image, where's the before and after images? I think I had them all here. Photos. Here's before and after photos, and I made a giant thingy there. I'll just go back to my. Here, I'll show the photos I made for that quote debate. So Jenkins is literally saying, if you melt down all the steel, again, I'm not even gonna double check if it's nonsense, because just go along with what he says, even if it's wrong, it's his nonsense. So he's saying if you melt down all the steel in its own footprint, which is 208 feet, so an acre, so like a giant football field. Yeah, it's literally like a football field. You're gonna have 6 feet of steel, perfectly like condensed. And then if you look at the actual rubble is mostly ground level. So there it is. So just to illustrate, these people are standing. This guy's 6 feet. Let's say 6 feet. There is no slab anywhere of perfectly condensed steel, and this rubble pile right here is just a stairwell. There's nothing on top of it. And the exterior. And go back here. So he's saying if you melt down all of this steel, remove all of the empty space, you're gonna have 6 feet of a perfectly condensed, like 100, 200 ton, like monstrous. Mechanism there. And also the Titanic's ones when you show that to Blue Bacon, Norman, the guys in the chat says no way, they're like Titanic isn't to scale. I'm like, no, it was literally to scale. It's like I made this one to scale. These are all the Titanics. I'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, so these are, yeah, actually when I have this photo right here is the equivalent to scale 28 Titanics, 28. And this is the weight of all of the 7 towers, or 28 Titanics, and there isn't even like one visible there. Okay, I just want to go back to one of the stuff right here. Okay, so going back here, does anybody see 6 feet of perfectly melted steel? The rubble's under this sphere. So it's under the sphere, and when you look into it, there is no condensed, perfectly melted down 6 feet of 208 feet by 208 feet steel. And again, these lobby columns are still standing. The lobby columns are not crushed. Okay? And this is not crushed. I don't know what else to say. There's stairwell V. These are uncrushed lobby. Mickey Cross is seeing a 110-story building above him. And they were trapped, I think, for 4 hours until firefighters came and they gave him a rope to come out and see it. Okay, this was that. I'm going to go back to this part right here. Okay, so I just want to go back. I want to stick in the mood. I'm getting all over the place. All right. Okay. On the side, Angie. Okay. Adian guest says hello there. Method Miner, be back if you let dog out and cool some food, cook some food, and then. On a side note, a lot of video evidence from 9/11 has become increasingly difficult to find on the web. Either buried under a mountain of mainstream news or clips, or flat out removed due to copyright. Yes, and also if you search on YouTube, if you search up 9/11 Truth, 9/11 Truth, YouTube is like the worst. It's like all just mainstream stuff. It's like TV. You go 9/11 Truth, you get this guy here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you have this guy laughing at architects, engineers. 9/11 Truth, nothing there. Let's say do. It's gotta have mine. Okay, Do's not there. Direct Energy Worm's not there. Let's go to Judy Wood. See if this shows up. At least, okay. Oh, this is a personal one. So the trick is you need to open up in a incognito, new private window. Let's see if it'll show up here. Okay, it does show up. Okay, Puzzle Master's getting 11 years ago. Okay, so at least we have Judy Wood there. Okay, at least that's the first. It used to be much worse. And then if you go MES. MES is not there. On my own channel, I'm searching up Math These Solutions. Okay, let's go. We got in. We got in. And there's a bunch of, there's Greg Jenkins. Disinfo agent. Okay, so let's go back in. I'm going to try to power through. Okay, so Blue ignored all my emails leading up to the debate and wouldn't give me his notes, and PowerPoint presentation is nowhere to be found, I assume. Yes, he doesn't put it anywhere. Had he given it to me, I very likely would have canceled the debate, the quote debate, since it was beneath me to talk about a $500,000 ton hockey pucks and cones. If I still kept the quote debate, I would have had a long laughing spree. And also, Blue got the tiny stub of building wrong, and it is not condensed with tiny hockey puck or cone. Its windows are still intact. So we saw that trailer. Literally the windows are still intact. There's no hockey cone anyway. The tiny rubble pile is almost entirely a stairwell B, and the lobby exterior columns are still standing, aka they weren't crushed, didn't teleport into the basement, and certainly did not condense into a tiny hockey puck or cone. And I put the timestamp here. This was a good clip here. We'll also show the one that 9/11 Revisionist has on his debrief one. So I put a timestamp here, and you'll see the size. These are the lobby columns. These are the lobby columns. Look how massive they are, and look how, overall they're just tiny, relative there, and they're standing. Nothing crushed them, and this is how absolutely massive these buildings are. So the Twin Towers were, and this is observable evidence and me speaking over them. I'm gonna start getting back in on this and doing these videos because these ones do really well. 40K views, almost 1,000 likes. I gotta get back on this, but I got so much haters. It's absolutely ridiculous. Colossal structures. Yeah, and that's WTC1, WTC3, and what do we have? And then building 2 behind. The lobby columns, the lobby columns right here are still standing. This ambulance parked on West Street is not crushed, buried, or incinerated. And then this one here, Blue Bacon was saying, oh, no, it is damaged. Look, if you zoom in, the door is warped. I'm like, it's not crushed, okay? He's saying the windows are like broken. I'm like, it's not crushed, you stupid idiot. All right. Exterior aluminum cladding, not steel, is in front of the ambulance. There's more aluminum cladding. Okay, Christoph says, gotta go. Thank you, MES. And Norman, a happy solstice time to all. Yes. Inside the ambulance, and there's dust and unburnt paper everywhere. The straight outer columns are not crushed, buried, or pulverized. Yeah, so these exterior columns, this one is like there's nothing else. There's no debate. That's it. So this is the point where if someone says that someone talks about a cuboid, there's no cube right here. This steel is still standing. Most of it is still air because it's like it has this basic definition of any structure. You're not gonna use all steel there. But anyways, it's not. There's no hockey disc, there's no cone, there's no 100, 200 ton melted steel on the ground at 6 feet high. All right. Core columns are not crushed, bent, melted, pulverized, or buried. Yeah, so the core columns are standing there. There's not crushed. So that's the core columns, guys. This is now gone. Yeah. The intact remains of the WTC1 core is visible and is higher than the rubble pile. No rubble landed here above the core, and the rubble pile was no higher than the lobby. Yeah, so when I say rubble pile is no higher than the lobby, but what I'm actually saying is that the stairwell B and like a few tiny bit of steel on top is no higher than the lobby, but the lobby itself is rubble. So technically the rubble is, it's like over here. But then the Blue Bacon clown, he's doing a 600 feet calculation of condensing it all into like melting all the components into like a perfectly imaginary cone. And then using this height as if for any, somehow that's relevant to his stuff. He's saying it's actually going to be below this height. I'm like, there's no melted anything. And outside of this part is like ground level. Okay, so there is no cone.
But MES, at the same time, like, if everything melted, why did we have 16 survivors who didn't have a burn on them whatsoever?
Yeah.
And Pascal fell from the 22nd floor and he only had a broken ankle, and he was back home with his pregnant wife at 8 o'clock that evening.
Yeah, definitely. But so what he's actually not saying it's all melted. What he's saying is that if we were to melt it, it's actually not that much. But then the Disinfo guys like Richard Gage, the control position, yeah, they were going to talk about melted steel and all that. So it wasn't melted by, first of all, there was no melting. There was no melting by heat. There was a warping, liquefying, cold melting, but no actual melting. And again, yeah, the Pascal Pozzelli is literally floating down on a concrete slab, and he said he literally surfed down, and he's perfectly fine. And they all walked away.
And basically, he also stated that as soon as he basically landed and came to, and he looked up, he saw blue sky above him. So
Yeah.
a 500,000-ton building above him just disappeared.
Yeah,
That's
disappeared. Yeah.
just not normal, man.
No, it disappeared, and also the exterior columns. There's nothing crushing them. I'm like, when you look at a rubble pile, you're gonna see the top on the top and the bottom on the bottom. All you see is the top is the bottom. The top is the bottom, and it's still standing.
Okay, can I quickly pop in a quick video here with regards to the very interesting aspect with regards to all these columns?
Yeah.
Because you had all those columns there, and they were basically bolted together and put on top of one another and then bolted together, and then all those bolts just disappeared. So if you actually look at all those columns over there, they are not mushed together. So this is a very interesting video that I can play that also brings in another aspect that a lot of people don't talk about. So can I quickly just play this vid?
Yeah, you can just play it. Let's see. You want to play it, or you want to send it to me and I'll play it?
I'll play it quick. I can do a quick screen share if that's okay.
Yeah, just share a screen. Okay, just share a screen.
And just do the share computer sound, start sharing screen. Let's just open up this here.
Yeah, and Sack says Pascal was levitated. Yep.
Yep. No, Mickey Cross was.
The whole theory that the thing pancake came down on itself, crushed itself, I don't see any signs of crushing. And when I say that, the wheat checks, and the wheat checks are the pieces, they almost look like a hashtag. Everybody knows what a hashtag looks like, right? They almost look like that, but what they are is they're made out of box steel, so they're hollow. And they're box steel that's welded together to look like that hashtag, and at the ends of them, there's 4 holes in the top, and they bolt to the next one that comes down. So these things are just all bolted together. The thing that really has got my attention when I seen that is at the end of these beams are perfect. The 4 bolts are gone. Now remember, these beams are made out of steel, and the bolts that are holding together are made out of hardened steel. So they're probably 5, maybe 10 times as hard as the steel they're holding together. And normally, that's the last thing to go. So if this building actually did collapse or fall upon itself or something, those wheat checks, those ends would be ripped apart. Those bolts would still be there holding the pieces of the flange together, but what those flanges are welded to should be ripped. I don't see any signs. What I see is perfectly square ends of those wheat checks. Even if they rip the bolts through, those holes would be all elongated, torn, that whole end would be ripped out. It's just perfect holes without these hardened bolts. You know, as a mechanic, I've been, by bolt frames together, you extend chassis, you make sure you use hardened bolts, hardened washers, and when you see things fail, the bolts are still there. They're the last thing to let go because they're hard. They're made to hang on. So there's no signs of pancaking. You look at the pictures, you look at like the cover there, there's a better one over there even on this book. You look at the cascading coming down. That's not pancaking. To me, it's cascading. If everything was supposed to be pancaking, you wouldn't see beautiful that corner of the outer shell of those wheat checks hanging there with another piece fell off. How do they fall off? How did that one piece come out of that wheat check with all those hardened bolts on it and not show any signs of stress? There's no signs of stress on most of the metal. You look at those wheat checks, every one of them, whether it's stuck in a building across the road, which some of them did. Like these things travel a distance, and you can see some of them that were falling were turning to dust in midair. People go, well, that's just dust on them. I'm going, well, you'd have to have dust 3 feet thick on each floor to mount the amount of dust. Not even in the concrete that's in there is going to create that amount of dust. So I'm looking at this picture and I see a lot of stuff in here. Street light with the wires still intact, all the signs on it. You got another street light, or yeah, it's just a street light with a mile-per-hour sign on it, and you have more of them over here. 210-story buildings just came down. There they are, and that survived somehow. And the ends of these beams, if you look at each weak check, it's like they come unbolted. You look at them, none of them are half ripped or half torn. They've completely, perfectly come unbolted. You look at the evidence. This is like failure analysis. You look at it and go, okay, what does the evidence say? The evidence is saying that this thing come apart. It didn't get crushed. These aren't crushed. Nothing's crushed here. The whole thing.
No, that's epic. I'm actually gonna be uploading that documentary on this 9/11 on this anniversary. I have that ready to go then.
I shared the link in the comment section as well, and I think I recently uploaded it to my YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff is on my Rumble because I'm on my 4th YouTube channel in 2 years.
Yeah. No, definitely. And then no, that's great. Yeah, you're on the 4th one, and they keep deleting it. That's what I mean. That's like, while you get deleted, Blue Bacon gets like promoted. And also, Paul Lovelace says he's never seen that clip before. Yeah.
Paul Lovelace, click the link and watch the full documentary. It's very, very, very good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The only thing I disagree on them is that that person believes in real planes. But that's a bit weird. But the documentary is pretty good. He doesn't actually go into planes. But he had another one where I commented at him and then he went back and forth. But anyways, he got his channel deleted. Jeremy Bartlett says, he says, guys, I'm getting eaten alive on that Blue Bacon's channel. They hate me. I keep saying for him and his channel to watch Judy Wood's documentary, but they say it's all lies. The reasoning is, trust me, basically, trust me, bro. So we should go on that. I'll see that right here. Okay. I'll go in his live.
If you can't understand that my time is more valuable, if you can't hear and process those words, then nothing in that documentary is going to actually be doing anything correct in your brain, right?
Okay.
In my mind, you know that it exists, and you haven't seen it, and you're just assuming that's correct because you don't want to believe.
Okay, so Blue's talking nonsense again, guys. Live stream right now. Okay. Great stuff, Jamie. Yeah. Okay, then the 60-minute documentaries. Okay, anyways, Blue, absolute clown show. It's like painful looking at that guy. It's like, it's like, how could someone, like, his whole existence is just a complete and utter lie. And yeah, Sass says Pascal was levitated, and a 3-into-1 amazing welding those lobby columns. All right, guys. Okay, so just got in and out of that absolutely horrific thing. And also wanted to make a one point though on that. That guy says it's like 5 to 10 times stronger. It's actually the bolts aren't that much stronger, but they're all strong. It's like 20 to 50% stronger, but still pretty strong. I made a engineering stuff here. So basically the steel columns had about 100 KSI kilopounds per square inch. The bolts had either 120, not 5 to 10 times stronger, as a person above video states. And so I went through some analysis of it. The mainstream narrative says that it bent outwards like that. I'm like, there's no bending this. The end of the columns aren't even crushed there, and some of them are like literally melted across. Yeah, okay, I hate how it just does that. And I went over the strengths on this one here, and some of these are literally just melted. It's literally melted across. There's some other ones that the nut is still on, and it's also melted as well. This one right here, the nuts itself is melted. Yeah, partially disintegrated bolt. Stephen F says, why would the bolts go before the steel beams? Were they targeted specifically to weaken the integrity of the buildings? Well, it's different kind of strength. This is probably stronger, but there might not be as as flexible as the other steel. So like different material has different effects there, and there's smaller, tightly packed, so it might have some sort of resonance affecting them. And a lot of the strength is, yeah, these things are like, yeah, again, it could be the material as well. It could be a lot of stuff. So basically, this was reality axis. He was saying it was material specific stuff, so possibly they were affecting that material a bit differently. Yeah, and so on. And again, they have different percent of carbon. Yeah, let's see here. How do they harden them? I think they had, and how it's treated, so the heat, cold, compressed, governed properties. Yes, it's just a different property of make it harder, but it doesn't necessarily mean like more pliable or whatnot. Okay, Blue has a PhD, preconceived hypothesis disorder. Well, also I think he's a government agent. Well, he is a government agent. he's an absolute liar. So much for us, that's bonkers. All right, guys. That's yeah. So I told the chat to go watch my stream. So that's interesting. And let's see. But yeah, Blue stuff is just really weird. His whole like life is just an embarrassment. It's like, how could you sleep at night knowing that you put in a hard day's work of just lying, and like literally he's involved in the cover up of literally murder. So it's like it's not a good person. He's an absolute psychopath. Okay, guys. Yeah, going back right here. So 500,000 hockey pucks. So Blue got the tiny stub wrong, and then he wouldn't even admit it in his follow-up stream with Norman. And then the tiny rubble pile is almost entirely stable B. Okay, going here. Yeah, this right here. So going back into that, before we get to his hockey puck stuff, I haven't even looked at it. It's painful to look at it. So 200. I'm going to look at this right here. This is a 277-foot transmission tower. Did not condense to a tiny puck or cone. And compare that with a 900-foot north tower core columns that turned straight down into dust in midair. And steel bridge also didn't condense into a hockey puck. So I'm going to start closing some stuff on the right. I'm going to close all tabs on the right. I'm going to click right here. So this is a 277.
Into a million.
Paul Lovelace even joined the chat on Blue Bacons. I jumped in his chat for a minute. His response to having an elaborate setup was, I go to yard sales. He has multiple cameras with a switchboard. Yeah, it's weird. He's definitely has a whole team behind him. And remember, I have double the subscribers, and I don't have that set up. I'm like, how do you even afford that, or even like want to do that? There's so much work. You need a team for that. Okay, so right here is this is a transmission tower demolition. It's uploaded 4 days ago. This was November 21st when this is that demolition team, and this is just regular demolition. So this is a tower, it's 277 foot tall. And what happens when it goes on? Does it condense into a hockey puck? I'm gonna mute these. Here's the question: is does this condense to a hockey puck or not? Should we just do a poll? And also, guys, remember, donate super chat. Current goal right now is I'll have a mustache for the next stream if I get 50 super chats. So far we have 0. All right, so guys, donate some cash money to me. Metal Miner's back in his town. So these guys are rigging this up to demolish this transmission tower. And now the question is, look, most of it is air. If you were to condense all of the steel into a hockey puck, you'll have like a tiny hockey puck. All right, you'll have a tiny hockey puck. But the rubble pile, yeah, it's gonna be, let's say less than 1 foot. It's gonna be like 1 foot on a whole footprint. Let's say it's 1 foot. If you condense it all to 1 foot or whatnot, I don't know. You know. Okay. Okay. So they cut this up and let's see what happens to it. Okay. So now this is a 277 foot. Like very, very thin transmission tower, very weak. Let's see what happens. Is it going to condense? We'll have a poll. Guys, is this going to turn into a hockey puck, a cone, or melt into a perfectly uniform steel blob? Okay, this guy says, it's strange to see how, 9/11 says, it's strange to see how disinfo agents get cash, yet the people sharing the truth never get funding to keep on their fight. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's another part is that the people giving him cash are literally like his handlers or part of the grift. So it's like the more work he does, the more super chats he gets. It's probably cheaper for the NSA or the CIA or the military instead of giving him a contract and then be like he's not even doing any work. But if they see him grifting and like wearing costumes and like acting like a complete and utter clown, they're gonna give him more and more money. He's pretty much he's pretty much dancing for money. Okay, so we're just going back to right here. Let's play this. I'll unmute. Okay, so what's gonna happen? And notice how loud that was. Alright, that's it, guys. Look at the rubble's mostly air. The tower's mostly air. Now the rubble's mostly air. But if you were to condense this into a hockey puck... Alright, guys. So we were debunking Blue's math without even looking at it. Without even looking at his math. Okay. Alright, there it is. It just falls and there's a giant rubble pile. And even though like conventional demolitions, they have like 15% around there of the rubble height would be about 15%. We're talking about a steel skyscraper, so the towers would not be just all crumbling down. They would be literally giants, like literally sticking out. It'd probably be like at least a third. I would say like 30 floors plus of like steel building, if it was actually falling. But actually even more than that, I would say it would still be standing. I'm saying they wouldn't even fall. There's nothing falling on, unless like every single piece of it was like shot out or turned to dust. So again, there was no top-down collapse. Like there's no top-down conventional collapse on those giant steel skyscrapers. And going back here. All right, so we have the rubble pile is right here. There's rubble pile before. Let's say how the whole width is here. I would say about yeah, there's about, let's say, a quarter. Okay, Paulo says this is not a topic you need to spend time on. It's FYI. No, this is just a one-time thing. I'm not going to be going on. I just, again, like I said, Paul, and again, the only people in the person saying in the chat is not to waste time is Paul, and it's the only one that is that we have suspect is a government agent. Anyways, so this is this. So in other words, we definitely should be spending time on this. And so that's compared to that. Again, it wasn't condensed to a hockey puck. Compared to that with the 900-foot tower right here. This is 900. Well, compare that first with this. This right here is the steel bridge. And most of it is air, but if you condense it down, you're gonna get a hockey puck that's tiny. But we're not talking about a hypothetical like melting down a bunch of nonsense. Now I just realized that 850K from the feds to now it should have stopped. Blue Bacon is where it got diverted to. Okay, Paul was this former government agent. Okay, that's true. Yes. Okay, former. All right. All right. And this one's going down a bit faster than free fall speed. And there's a rubble pile of the steel. So this bridge fell down, and the height of it is 100% of the original height. So nothing changed. And the other one was 25% because it fell sideways. So nothing changed. So I think with a steel skyscraper, if it's top down, it wouldn't have fallen. And it would have still been on its own. And also, no, it's a 900 foot. This is 277 foot, and look how high the rubble pile is. It's massive. I mean, it's just very tall, even though it's very little mass. And this one is massive, and these are much stronger. These are core columns, concrete floors. Yeah, concrete floors. You got full core columns, steel columns, beams, and so on. And it's a much stronger.
Take out a few blocks worth of buildings.
I'll go back to this one. Okay. Yeah, and it just goes down. So it just goes down like that. And again, this is absolute. And again, look, these ones turn to dust. Okay. Okay, those turn to dust. Wait, I'm getting some. I'll be back 1 second. All right, I'm back, and Paul Levels says he was in an intelligence community 10 to 15 years ago. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. It's again, it's all right. Paul can stay around. It's pretty interesting having a former government agent. Like if Blue Bacon was like a bit nicer, he could probably join the chat and so on. It's not bad. It's having agents see how they are. Wow, they hated me over there at Blue Bacon. Yeah, yeah. It's all just a bunch of hate. These guys are like, I know. I hate that YouTube just scrolls down now. Okay, anyways. Go back here, and the height, and again, there's no 900-foot hole in the ground. Where's the height comparisons? I had a height comparison. It's gone now. What I could have Eiffel. Yeah, this one here. Okay. Yeah, so height comparison. So 900-foot spire, and we got Eiffel Tower, 1,083 feet right there. And building 7, 610 feet. This one is 277. Now imagine this was literally 3 times bigger, more than 3 times bigger, and much, much, much stronger. This is a transmission tower. This one, these core columns were holding 500,000 tons for 30 years. And now there's no load. All of a sudden it just turns to dust. So again, anyone that can't see this, especially like Gene Lartanda, he has a video trying to debunk this by having a racket full of dust and hitting a ball on it. It's an absolutely sad clown. So again, Gene Lartanda is another, but I do think Gene Lartanda is a bit weird. It's like I think he has a lot of regret. You can kind of tell that he hates his life. But anyways, going further. So, and again, to illustrate what this Blue Bacon quote math was doing. So if 95% of your backyard pool suddenly evaporated, one second. All right, I'm back. I got some family over, nephews are just going wild. Okay, so we're back. Okay, right here, where was I going? Yeah, so going back here. Yeah, so if 95% of your backyard pool suddenly evaporated, Blue Bacon and Greg Jenkins would call you a conspiracist. Like, what kind of words are these? It's like, like I'm calling Blue Bacon a little evil human being, and he's calling me a conspiracist. It's like as if that means anything. And because condensing the entire world, yeah. So let's say you had a backyard pool, 95% of it turned like all the water evaporated, and then you told Blue Bacon, hey, all my water evaporated except like a tiny little pile. It has a tiny water pile. But then he'll call you a conspiracist because condensing the world's like the entire Earth's water into a ball is quote math that debunks your observation. As again, my observation that the rubble pile was tiny is an observation. It's not something to it's not conjecture. It's literally evidence. Evidence shows that the rubble pile is tiny, and evidence shows, let's say, your backyard condensed into a no, your evidence shows your backyard pool of water evaporated, so it's gone. That's evidence. You observe it's gone. And now, this is what Blue Bacon's doing. He's literally saying that, no, your pool didn't evaporate. It's actually, there actually wasn't much water to begin with. He's just, this is an actual, like 2 scale. So if you condense all the Earth's water and air into a ball, it reveals how tiny it is relative to the Earth. So if you condense all the ocean's water, it just becomes a little tiny ball there, and all the air is just a bigger ball there. So it's like when you're dealing with this, like melting all the steel down into nothingness, you get nothingness. It's like saying if you remove all empty space in an atom, you get literally nothing. If you, for example, here, I'll ask Rock right now. Well, fluid is technically incompressible. Yeah, well, we're just saying compiling it together. It's yeah, we're not saying condense it. We're just saying compile it in together. But yeah, you are. It's the same idea, but again, it's steel. But the thing is, the steel itself, he's not compressing it. He's saying compress. He's saying like take the whole thing and then melt it down, similar to like water. Take it all down and put it together. So that's actually what's happening. The steel is less compressible than water. But you're melting. All you're doing is melting it down. So there's no. It's the exact same thing. No, but it's the exact same thing. What they're doing is literally condensing. But yeah. He what I'm trying to say is he's taken. Yeah, actually, yeah, you have a good point there. Anyways, my point is that's why I'm using the Earth. I'm using the Earth. So if you take all the Earth's water, because it's all over the place, it's similar to the steel building. The steel's all over the place. But if you put them all into one thing, you're gonna have a tiny thing. And an example, if you ask Grok, remove all empty space in atoms. What is the size? What is the size of the Earth? If you remove all empty space within atoms, effective compressing density nuclei, and then how small? Okay, the new diameter would be 127. New diameter would be 127 meters. You can compress the Earth, remove all the air. Okay, they're saying you can compress the entire Earth into a stadium or a large building. So a large building, you can compress the entire Earth, remove all of the empty space in between atoms. You're gonna get a size of a building. So in other words, we're dealing with absolute weird nonsense. Okay, so that's that. And should we watch some of his hit pieces live or screw it? Let's go to the one he had, debunking one. Actually, no, we'll watch some of his stream. We're gonna watch some of the stream right now. The one we did of him, and also I want to compare with mine and his, just to for future sake. So, okay, so this is the blue bacon guy. Again, there's the
an image from the World Trade Centers.
And again, he doesn't even know Building 3. Like, it was just so sad. Okay, so this is my channel. And let's say, and then I put links to everything here. I put his, and I even put his hit pieces and so on. And if you go to his, see what his is. See how many views he got.
Cry.
Okay, so he's got, and it's like, and he has that massive setup for only like a tiny subscriber for some reason. And I got more views than him. That's epic. Okay, let's see here. 75 likes. Okay, and he doesn't show me there. Let's see, where is he showing me? He has me the whole time I'm talking, and he puts me in a tiny screen. Like, what is he doing? And he's getting cash money. Okay, so this is so the whole time he's putting my stuff into a tiny screen for like a majority of it, and he calls it the hot seat. It's like, how do you have this set up there? Okay, so that's him, and I compared with mine. I show his entire thing and then make me minus so that he can show him stuff and just talk about it. And there's him. And it's like, it's just absolutely weird stuff. Okay. Where does this one go? Yeah, okay, I'm showing Tiny Robopile. And people walk in, and he has a TV around it. It is just weird. And does he even show my face on it? Am I even shown?
No, you were shown everything.
No, my face is not there.
I think you weren't. You were you were shown in your stream and not in his. Oh, and he did exactly the same with my videos.
Yeah.
And he didn't even play some of them either.
Yeah,
he just had the audio going in the background.
Yeah, because I literally have his face, my face here. Like, because what I do, I try to make it like you try to make it fair. Not just fair, just like actual like human being. Like someone's on the chat.
I was watching your stream. I wasn't watching his.
Yeah. So he doesn't even show me. It's weird. And then he goes there. Not enough debris there. Let's see here. And then this is what I mean. Like, he's not doing all this stuff there. He's not doing all of the background, all the moderating, like 3-4 moderators, all like attack dogs, and have this PowerPoint presentation have a fallacy button. Who in their right mind has a fallacy button? And you can tell he's an actor with his hand motions and so on. Let's see here, with his hand motions. And multiple cameras changing the location. Like, who's doing this? How is the camera zoomed in close and then further back there? Okay? And then, this is what I mean. It's like absolutely... And then he's doing it here. Math of the debris pile. He has this pile there. I'm like, those are all ground level and they're all nothing. There's literally like nothing. Like, there's like a piece of steel there. Let's say a piece of steel 600 feet away. That's not a rubble pile. That's literally nothing. That's literally like a fraction of what used to be there. So that's his nonsense. Again, yeah, it's like, it's absolutely like ridiculous. And it's like, and he has a bunch of people here. It's hard to tell if they're real or not, or they're just ass conformity experiment a-holes. Okay. So that was that. There's another. I wanted to show another thingy. Oh yeah. Okay. I wanted to go show here. So. The reason I show him completely, like I show his screen fully, so that basically he can just bury himself. Like this is mine. He can literally see him there. He's as big as he is on my channel, as he is on his, but he just covers me up. It doesn't show me at all. So it's like, and then I'm using ChatGPT to like quickly to see, just to get a ballpark if his numbers are even right, and so on. And he's getting donated super chat and so on. My goodness. See how many super chats this clown's getting. Okay, anyways, what I wanted to show is, in the trailer, if you look at the trailer carefully, this is when I realized, like, he really hated when I brought this up, when I found it was a mistake.
14.75.
Because I highly doubt he knows what he's talking about. and that he didn't even make this setup there. So. Like he didn't even make his PowerPoint presentation because if you look at him, he literally like look at himself and he just looks so like distraught, like he got it all wrong. He's like, no way is that.
Yeah, his body language gave him away completely. He was like,
yeah, this one right here, he looks like, and then he would not admit it because that's part of his grift is he's not allowed to admit any giveaway, like even if any mistake he made, he has to make it seem like the conspiracy guy is completely aloof. So let's see, and again, when he brings a hockey puck, it's like. That's when I thought he's doing a Greg Jenkins one. I thought they like respected me a bit more. Anyways, let's play here.
Which house is this building 3?
Okay, and look at it. He hasn't slept here. His eyes are down. Mine are too, but I do not hide it. But I do sleep a lot though. Let's see here.
This is one of the, I believe it's one of the towers.
Let's see, like he was in his groove, right? And then until I jumped in and says that's wrong photo.
0.2 meters total, but if we work with that, we try to figure out, okay, if our
Which
height
is
is
this building 3?
14.75.
Is that building 3?
He looked at it.
This is one of the, I believe it's one.
He changed. He says he went to I believe instead of saying this is.
Which house is this building 3? Is that building 3?
This is one of the, I believe it's one of the
He doesn't know which one it is.
It's either 1 or 2.
I think it's building 3 because the towers is behind us.
And then look, he swallowed his like saliva there. Like,
the towers is behind us.
You know, that whole moving and getting.
Yeah, he stopped
in his
dancing.
Chair, that's a complete and utter tell.
Yeah, it's like what?
Is that stub?
No, he's really mad at his handlers. Like, you guys gave me the wrong photo.
Showed you beforehand.
And then standing up too. Like he started standing up.
The towers is behind us. This is that stub I showed you beforehand.
Okay, so this is either 1 or 2.
Well, I've got to leave now. I'm being made to look like a fucking idiot.
Oh, in his live stream or where?
When he got up. Like
that. Oh god, I thought you were leaving. I'm like, what's going on here? Yeah, I guess he literally was like, man, yeah, that's what I mean. His handlers are just, he was upset as handlers. Yeah, let's continue here. Yeah.
This is the building 3. If you see.
Perfect. Well, we'll work with that and actually have something that will.
And then he's trying to like, and now he's trying to change his topic.
Remember that stub I showed you?
So if
there's
we
space he made afterwards also. That's like a duper's delight tell as well.
Yeah. And then once I brought up, hey, look, you could see the core columns of I think building the South Tower, and then he's like, oh look, it is, yeah, so it is the rubble pile of it.
Exterior columns on the back.
14 point. Yes, we can. So maybe that's part of the pile for one of the towers.
And I showed him at the end of the stream as well. Like I literally showed him, right here, and massive debris pile, and he's using all these meters and stuff. Like I'm dealing with literally tons, and feet, no, tons and floors. That's my stuff. So we can have a, and then the fallacy stuff. It's like where do you get the time and effort to get this stuff there? But and then I showed the stubble pile at the end. Yeah, there it is. After the stream, I literally showed him there. And I literally said, "That's the wrong. You got the wrong one." Let's play this one. Like I literally showed him in the video.
Survivors were able to walk out afterwards after being rescued.
Or they were. I'm not talking about whether or not they were able to get out. I'm talking about the rubble pile and how big it was.
Well, they're not going through 500,000 tons. The reason they were able to get out is because there wasn't anything on top of them.
Yeah,
I know they didn't.
Stairwell B was tiny. And it was in the center of North Tower. And it wasn't crushed.
We're talking about the entire rubble pile.
Stairwell B is the rubble pile. It is the rubble pile. It's just a stairwell B with like a tiny bit of debris on it. There is no actual condensed rubble pile. And there's building 3.
Not a single stairwell.
Yeah, but that stairwell is not being crushed by anything.
Okay.
He doesn't know what to say. Oh man, this is like, yeah, it's pretty funny looking back at it. It's like, that's why he doesn't show my face, because it's like he can tell like I completely destroy him. Okay, yeah, Jeremy Bartlett says, I don't know about blue balls, but they sure hated me and refuted Dr. Judy Wood as false and lies. They're proof. Trust me, bro. Yeah, that is what they do. He's got the droopy eye thing. Does he? Actually, he might have it.
So that's the question. So you're first of all, that's why I was laughing like half the time. And when
this is the most serious I was, and I'm telling him I was laughing at him. Let's see right here.
Okay.
So that's the question. So you're first of all, that's why I was laughing like half the time and wondering and like questioning my existence.
I'm not worried about.
Yeah, I was really questioning my existence. I'm like, what am I doing in this, guys? Why am I this guy here?
Stairwell in the world. What I'm trying to
discuss with you. Nothing's on the. What I'm trying to say is your whole calculation, because obviously it's complete nonsense. But you're
prove it.
Well,
these photos prove it.
Yeah, these photos are proving. Like they're literally right there.
Hey, I'm using your photos. Using your 20 meters.
He's saying using. It's like just look at the photo.
Did I put 20 meters into the calculation?
That photo, those photos have nothing. They don't have a 110-story building compressed into anything. Yeah. That photo. That's a great photo. That's
20 meters high is what you.
But he's also ignoring that the core column, no, the exterior columns. The exterior columns are much higher than 18 meters or whatever. But they're not crushed by anything. They're just somehow everything evaporated around it. Blue Bacon refused to watch where the towers go or do a live stream watch through with MES because he doesn't have to or the time. Watch through with MES. Well, Blue Bacon, again, he has he has to like do whatever his handlers tell him.
You are saying the rubble pile is no higher than the lobby.
It's like forced on his rubble pile. So basically, what he's doing, his tactic is you take a number. Let's say rubble pile is no higher than lobby, and then he'll say, okay, let's say if we compress everything down to a cone, it's going to be half the lobby size. I'm like, that's not even what happens. I'm saying the center stairwell B tiny rubble pile is no higher than the lobby, but the lobby itself is rubble. The exterior columns of the lobby is rubble, and that's higher than the center. But the thing is just vertical. There's no cone. It's just vertical and uncrushed, and it's literally the entire building on top was removed. And it's a bit weird. Does he have a droopy eye though? I have to double check if it's droopy eye. Let's see his droopy eye thing.
This is what you showed.
That's not what.
And he doesn't even show my image there. This guy's an absolute clown. And also he mentioned the Hudson thingy. I did go over that Hudson. I think I did. I definitely did go over the Hudson building. Yeah, height comparisons. This one he said, "Oh, you never looked at Hudson one." Oh, I looked at it 2 years ago. This is 3 years. Yeah, this is 2022. Yeah, almost literally 2 years ago. The middle one is a 1980. The tallest demolition as of 2001 was a Hudson building in 1998. And he showed me a photo. He's like, "Does this look like millions of tons?" I'm like, "Just talking." I mean, no, he says millions of pounds. I'm like, "Just talking tons." This is the Hudson building. The one 1998 Hudson building was the tallest demolition as of 2001, and it's like tiny. And the rubble pile itself was bigger than the 9/11 rubble pile. So again, it's like he looks at one aspect of the rubble pile, which is a height of a tiny stairwell, and somehow is ridiculous. Rotary motion, his delivery is fascinating, no pausing. Because again, it's very easy when you have a script. It's like very, very, very easy. Like when you listen to me talk, it's literally all coming from my brain. It's like that's why there's some stuttering, some actual thinking. That's why when someone says, "Hey, that's actually building 3," I'll be like, "Hey, you're right. You know what? You're actually right," as opposed to, "No, it's actually building 1 and 2." Okay, this guy is absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, let's see is there anything else on here. I wanted to show some more stuff. I just want to see what else we have in here. In Blue's live stream with okay, this one right here. I want to go with this one here because Metal Miner talked about the seismic impact, and I got messages also from Ron Muckle saying that. So in Blue's live stream with 9/11 Revisionist, once 9/11 was booted out after an hour, the stream was 4 hours long. And yeah, Norman, if you're still here, when he kicked you out, did you say that he was talking about building 3 for like 20 minutes?
We were arguing about what he and you calculated for around about 15 or 20 minutes, and I just told him, dude, I don't care about what you guys discussed or didn't discuss or whatever, because he interjected in the middle of the video with regards to he saw a picture of the rubble pile of, I think, Tower 1, with stairwell B. And he kept on flipping going on about it for like 15, nearly 20 minutes. And I just got really, really, really frustrated with him because I wanted to get to the survivors, because that would completely and utterly destroy all his talking points. And that was it. And then apparently he kept on going for another 3 hours afterwards. I'm not going to waste my time listening to his babbling on for another 3 hours to see what he did. I've got enough content out of the first hour to just basically show in my little 47-minute mix with regards to just cutting out all the to and fro and time wasting and just showing everything that he mentions that's just based in fantasy.
Yeah, that's interesting. No, definitely. And I just noticed now, if you go to his oldest videos 5 years ago, and it's literally the video is filming a restricted military installation is illegal. Changed my mind. So it's like he's literally kissing the boot of the government from the get-go. Like what? And that's his oldest stream. So it's like what the? And he's doing all that again. So it's like, and this was before he had a beard. My goodness, yeah. So I'll go to that live of him with you there. And the other part is, so once we finished our live stream, I just stopped because it's like, you know, out of respect for the stream, it's a quote debate. That's it. He left. I'm not gonna go and have that video with me just talking over him, so people can see. But then he went 1 hour after we were done, and then he went 3
just trashing you. Yeah, apparently just keeping on trashing you and just going on as if he won the debate, but he was proven wrong. But he talks over people or whatever, and he just keeps on gaslighting his audience, even his calculations and the talking points pertaining to the planes. When he talks about speeds and velocity and all of that, it's what the speeds a plane can do at 30,000 feet, not at 700. So he talks so much bullshit, and just it's frustrating, man, frustrating.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But again, that's why he doesn't put a link to your channel, and that's why it was on my channel. Like, so this is because again, I highly view he will get his channel, like he will delete his channel in the future, because it's like it's similar to Miles Power, Greg Jenkins. They kind of disappear, and then they have a new fresh face coming in. You very rarely have like OGs like Richard Gage on there always. And Jeremy Bortles just says, I wish you'd show more of Blue's live show today. He was reading my comments with a crybaby voice, and the chat was telling me to get juice boxes off my mommy and all sorts. Yeah, we'll go to that. I have him here just as a clown here. We'll go to that right now, actually.
Yeah, but that's the only thing those people can do is they can attack you personally, and with ad hominems or whatever. But once you take them on with the actual evidence, these people have nothing to say, because they can't refute evidence. And that's what's so strong about what Dr. Wood brings to the table. She doesn't speculate. She hasn't got a theory. She looked at the evidence and she collated all the evidence. And once you look at the bigger picture, it gives you an irrefutable conclusion. That's the aspect. But what these guys do is they go into a certain aspect and then they focus on that, and then they twist some of the information. That's exactly what Richard Gage does with regards to the molten iron spheres that were apparently found in the dust, and that caused all the toasted cars and everything. But at the same time, he wants to state that dust cloud that came over everybody and all the cars or whatever, that caused the cars to burn. But how does micro iron spheres end up melting car engines, but it doesn't burn people? And if you look at the destruction in certain of those streets, and I've got a clip of that where they show the destruction of all these vehicles, but in the same clip you've got flags on flagpoles that aren't singed, they are 100% fine. You've got trees that are 100% fine and all of that, and that just proves to you and completely demolishes this whole idea that the toasted cars were caused by this hot molten iron spheres in the dust. The dust was cold and there was levitation effects. There's so many aspects that they can't refute, and so the only thing that they can do is they can just give you half truths, and that has been the modus operandi since the beginning, after Dr. Wood filed a QTAM case in 2007, and that's what they've been doing for the last bloody 15, 17 years. And Richard Gage has been challenged to a one-on-one debate with Andrew Johnson and all of that, and he declined. And they will never really enter into a honest discussion with regards to the evidence. That's why I was so surprised with regards to Jean Larotonda the other night, but he also ended up making that a open invitation for all 45 people in the email thread. And there was one guy his name was Jerry, he had a Scottish accent that was in the call, and this guy was going on about but all the steel fell to the ground, and I've got the plans and the column numbers and all of that, and if you go into the rubble pile you'll be able to find that. And I showed him a video where that inner core steel columns were falling on top of one another and they just turned to dust, and we can play this a little bit later. And whilst I'm showing him that and repeating it in the call, he still denied it. So that is something that I would like to play a little bit later and just show you that clip. And then you, as a discerning person with two eyes to see, how can you still say, no, but that's a solid steel beam, because it isn't. It turns to dust in front of your bloody eyes. But that's how people lie to themselves, because it's just going to break their brains if they've got to admit that they've been wrong for the last 15 or 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. But you're not going to get Blue to change his mind. He's definitely getting like blackmailed or something. Something really weird on him.
Yeah, but that's the same. That's the same with Richard Gage, Jean Larotonda, and all these guys. Mark Conlon has spent 10 days arguing with this one guy. He looks like Schmiegel, Ray something from the Netherlands or something. And this guy was on Boston 9/11 talking about the explosions and the ACARS data and all of these kind of stuff. And you can prove to him that everything that he's mentioning is completely wrong. You can show him the official data received out of the Freedom of Information Act, and he still denies that. And that's the people that you're up against. Because remember, 9/11 was a trauma-based mind control event, and people have got PTSD. And as soon as you show them that they're wrong and they've been bamboozled or whatever, they just can't go there. It's like with COVID. You can talk to somebody who's was part of the experiment, he's got injured, and he'll say, no, but I'm injured because of climate change, not because of the experimental medical procedure that I took. So, and that's what's so, in a way, beautiful and bad about the last 4 years. A lot of people have actually woken up and they revisited everything that they thought that they was true, and they slowly but surely making their way back in various topics.
Yeah.
But there are just certain people, it doesn't matter how much evidence you put in front of them, they will keep on denying. You can bring a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. And that's what people need to remember. Stop wasting your times on idiots like these, and focus on the people who are willing to change their minds. And that's one of the aspects. You can easily get pulled into arguing like an idiot like this Blue Balls guy, but you're never going to change his mind. Because he's decided that's the hill he's going to die on. End of story. And you can stand on your head, and that person won't be willing to admit that they were wrong. It's actually sad. It's actually very, very sad that there are people out there that are so convoluted and just plain intellectual idiots.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Those people, a lot of them are quiet there. Because I firmly believe a lot of the ones we interact with, like these guys, are actual. Their job is to do this, is to act dumb and just literally act like a clown. And if you see what I'm doing right here, I made it 16x speed. I think I might do an edit of him Make it like 50x speed, and then put like some clown music, because he's just dancing the whole time. If you see his hand motions the whole time, he's literally going up and down and looking around, and he takes your photos and videos and puts it in a tiny TV. This is the kind of stuff he's doing with you. You see my screen?
Yeah, man, and he was talking over me. I couldn't actually get a sentence in without him interrupting me. It was so frustrating.
Yeah, he banned me.
You can have an actual conversation with somebody that you disagree with, but he just didn't want to entertain it whatsoever. It was a nice learning experience, but at the same time, saddening in a way, because to think there are so many people like him out there that will just never wake up. Truly sad person.
No, but I think I think he knows the truth. Is what I'm trying to say. I think he 100% knows the directed energy weapons and the hologram stuff is real, and I firmly believe Blue Bacon 100% knows it. Richard Gage 100% knows it, but their job is to do this. It's because there's a reason why he started going after my channel. It wasn't after I've been doing 9/11 for literally since 2017. He started right when I was the first one to put the synced videos of the wing disappearing, and then once you touch that on, because whereas almost every anti-plane videos usually get deleted, usually get removed on YouTube. So it's like now you have someone actually somehow got it in, and I all I said was compilation of disappearing wing. I'm not saying any. I'm not trying to violate any YouTube's guidelines or anything. And a lot of people because I post it everywhere. A lot of normies on like random platforms, even on the Hive blockchain, that never looked at conspiracy stuff. They're like, okay, all right, this does not look like a.
Mark Conlon and I actually discussed this around about 2 weeks ago, with regards to the whole remote control and all of that, and the plane narrative that's all of a sudden like popped in, and we had that whole hoo-ha on Boston 9/11 as well with those guys. And it's like this during this last year, more traction was being we were getting more traction on the information that Mark Conlon has been looking into, and especially 9/11 alchemy facing reality. And now all of a sudden this International Center for 9/11 Justice, in inverted brackets suppression, now they've also climbed onto the bandwagon, and these 9/11 truthers have now started with plane seminars, pushing that second false narrative and trying to pivot and be the begin all and end all, talking about the planes, while still disseminating bullshit. And we also called out Dan Hanley on X and proved that as well, that where he actually admitted that I know more about the aerodynamic speed and all of that, and especially if you look at AA Flight 587 that crashed on November 12th, that is your real life example. And these guys are now pushing that bull twang. It's crazy to see how they keep an eye on, and especially the one guy who's the research guy. He actually runs propaganda in Focus. What's his name again, man? In any case, but he's the guy who ran that seminar, and he was following me on Substack, and he was following Mark Conlon on Substack. And it's interesting to see how Gage also started 2024 as well, because in the first 2 weeks, I think he had 6 podcasts, and that's after 2023, after I went into numerous Zoom calls and I called them out and pointed out what idiots they are. And some of those organizations actually stopped having live Zoom calls with question and answer sessions. And you'll also see a lot of these guys have now also pivoted into having a Zoom presentation, but they won't allow questions and answers.
Yeah,
so
and that was all because of you.
Why would Richard Gage be running around in a year doing something like close to 70 podcasts. That's like more than one a week, dude. So is he sharing truth or is he protecting a lie? That's the question you've got to ask.
No, definitely. Yeah. He's literally out there to make it seem like the conspiracy is only demolition. that's conspiracy people. And this guy definitely has. I'm going to do a test right now. There's a couple music. Paul Lewis says put the 50x to tuba music. So I'll do an edit later of this one. I'm going to do Simpsons music right here. So this one you might like. This is Simpsons music. I'm going to put this a bit louder. And then...
Clowns are funny.
Okay.
That's it.
Anybody like someone? Yeah, and also Jimmy says that Blue's subscribers are asking if he's a flat earther. Yeah, that's inside their live stream the entire time during yours. They were just asking if I was a flat earther, and then Judy heard moderators like at least he's not a flat earther. So it's like because I definitely think flat Earth is used as psyop so that it's smeared on every single conspiracy person. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. See the tuba music. No, I definitely think the Simpsons one's better. Guys, I'm doing the Simpsons music. I'll do this one later. Type in clown tuba music. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you're definitely right, Norma. I think you single-handedly stopped the Zoom question answer period from all the Gene Lartanda, etc. Let's see right here. Clown tuba music. Because I do like the Simpsons one, but this might be decent. Let's see this one. It's not good. There's some good clown music. Is there just some like clean clown music that is like recorded? Why is everything like? Is there any studio level clown music? This might be it. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the thingy I said. So, yeah, Norman, after he kicked us, kicked you out, and he kicked me out as well from the chat, because he got mad when he was literally telling you to shut up. So then what I started doing, in his chat, I told him to shut up and let you speak, and then soon after he muted me. Like, literally, I'll go to the, because I literally called him out nonstop in his live stream. So his duty moderator was allowing me to have it. And allowing me to show up on there, but he did not want me in there because there's one person who doesn't like it, it's me in there. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go and then the thing I wanted to show up is Methyl Miner was saying that he asked about the seismic impact, and then he said that Blue said that Seattle Kingdom seismic impact was as large as Twin Towers because it was on soft soil. It should be the other way around. Soft soil shouldn't have as big of an impact. And couldn't explain why Building 7 reading was only 0.6 and literally hardly distinguishable from background noise. And I want to get to this part right here. But let's see, we'll try and end the stream somewhat quick because I got a lot of peeps here. Okay, this one here. So if you haven't watched the tail end of his debate with 9/11 Revisionist, after he gets kicked out, if it's worth watching, I'd be asking for his counter to the seismic evidence, both streams. And since 9/11 Revisionist didn't get to it, and that other Judy mod just kept requesting me to debate him, I kept saying, no, I'm not falling for that BS. State your counterpoint first, and it's a maybe. So he goes on to say something weird, like the kingdom was on soil versus Twin Towers on bedrock, and that's why they're the same with two different weights crashing down to the ground. He thought that was going to cover the whole argument. Then I said, explain a 0.6 reading for Building 7. He said he didn't really have an answer. Instead, wanting me to prove a jackhammer really was a reading of 0.6. You could tell it got him flustered. We'll see if we'll go to the seismic. Let's go to seismic. Okay, he has it. Yeah, seismic. He says it a million times. Oh, whoops! I have him muted.
The seismic data. I don't know. Why aren't they bringing up the seismic data? I'm ready to talk about it, but no one wanted to bring it up, I guess. Well, okay, in fairness, I did tell them to.
What
that I
you
wanted to
can do
limit
is
the debate.
play 2 minutes of my Dr. Morgan Reynolds
Just for the sake of time,
Q10
because you see how
whistleblower
long
case
it takes to
video
get through it.
on my channel. It's also got a nice soundtrack.
Yeah, no, definitely. But what I want to show is what he is talking about, because this guy's an absolute clown show. Because he starts saying soil or something. Let's see right here. Okay, yeah. So he's saying amplitude of going through bedrock is less. Okay, let's see what he says right here.
Assumption, and then she tries to make it sound good. She is incorrect. The amplitude.
He's like laughing. I could do. It's gonna take it seriously.
Waves going through bedrock is less than when it's going through soil. It's so good. Methyl miner, I don't care. She's wrong. Her math is wrong.
Okay. It's like, let's see what Grok says. Let's go ask a new Grok. What would give a higher seismic reading? Building demolition on bedrock or soil? If everything else was equivalent. Let's see. It's saying on soil will give a higher one. Here's why. Soil tends to amplify the seismic readings. Interesting. Softer, less consolidated soils can be shaken more intensely because they absorb this on wave propagation. And therefore, you're looking at seismic. Interesting. It's like, where do they come up with this? Again, but the thing is, it's not even if it's not 1-to-1, it's the amount of stuff is much bigger. Let's see what YouTube. Okay, now if you go to AI on pre-search, saying a building demolition on bedrock will give a higher seismic reading compared to one on soil, as bedrock transmits seismic waves more efficiently. Yeah, so this one's giving a different answer than the other one. What's ChatGPT? So it's like with the AI ones, it's like, what are they learning this stuff from? Okay, see, it's ChatGPT on bedrock. Okay, so we got Grok's giving the wrong answer. Okay, so Grok's giving the wrong answer. ChatGPT is it's older, so it's giving a better one. Yeah, so seismic waves travel more efficiently through dense, rigid readings. Yeah, so wave propagation, bedrock via soil, seismic wave propagation. So this is the thing with AI. You got to be very, 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 very careful, especially controversial stuff, because they might just manipulate it. Okay. Soil, bedrock. Let's see, soil, ground motion. Grok is free to us, makes sense. Well, it's newer. It's ChatGPT has a lot more, but Grok is pretty decent still. Just for getting info out there. ChatGPT says bedrock at transmitting seismic waves.
MES?
Yeah.
Can we quickly just show the people the kingdom implosion so that they can know what it's actually about? I've got a short clip here of a minute.
Okay, yeah, I'll just want to type this in. I'll do size waves. You're right to bring this up. Somebody contradicts. Clarify. Indeed, transmits more efficiently than soil due to its higher. Okay, so bedrock can be more resulting seismic reading, which is what you typically measure due to a tendency to amplify waves. What about?
There was actually a earthquake in New York City in May or March, and that registered as 3.4. So that shows you that the bedrock can carry a seismic signal. On the day, they actually picked up seismic signals from, I think, the Canary Islands or somewhere like 5,000 miles away, even just before Building 7 went down. So the whole point that Blue Bacon brings in there is, once again, just a a diversion tactic that makes no sense.
No, yeah, no, everything. He's a complete clown. I'm just looking at this from the more of the engineering side, because I actually did civil engineering, so we did a bit on seismic stuff. So ChatGPT says even soil, even if there were can amplify on bedrock, the result will still be higher seismic readings. But again, even if soil was more, it's the size difference is absolutely massive. So seismic, and then building 7. Let's see comparison. Yeah, so this is the one from Judy Wood's book. If you compare the seismic readings and versus their potential energy, and again, the reason and the potential energy, the higher it is, you're going to have much more, it's going to increase much more exponentially. So you can see the Seattle Kingdom, it would 2.3 on a Richter scale. The WTC is 7. Building 7 was much higher. It was, let's see, the...
Kingdom was 20 stories. Building 7 was 47. Kingdom was 130,000 tons. Building 7 was 230,000 tons.
Yeah.
Kingdom reaches 2.3 and Building 7 0.6.
Yeah,
which is fucking impossible.
Yeah, and it was also so the Building 7 was 6.5 times the potential energy, and the other thing is the Kingdom is actually mostly hollow. So even though the height is 250 feet, most of the actual mass is literally on the exterior columns, and that's not on the actual dome. So the dome falling, it's not going to do much. But the other thing is, it's 6.5 times. It should have been all things equal, it should have been 6.5 times higher. And WTC 1 and 2 each 30 times. So even if soil was transmitting better, it would need to be 30 times better, which is obviously not.
Yeah, Dr. Wood calculated that the two towers should have been a minimum of a 3.8, a minimum of 3.8.
Yeah.
But can we quickly play this 1 minute clip of the Kingdom implosion, because that's a controlled demolition, and then you've got the 9/11 truthers trying to sell it to you that Building 7 was a controlled demolition, but it fell silently. There was no explosions going off. So let's show people what the Kingdom looked like.
Yeah. You gonna share?
Okay, I'm gonna screen share quickly. Over there. Start sharing. Minimize that, and here's the Kingdom.
Wait up. Let me just make the screen bigger. Yeah, I just don't want to get copyright on the music. I just don't know. It's always
Okay, everybody can get that idea.
Yeah, definitely. It's like 30 seconds. Outside of 30 seconds, that's when I have like issues with copyright. If there's music, and I think that's why a lot of big channels they put that music, so it's like it gets tracked easier by YouTube. So it's no, but yeah, definitely. So that was that one, and I have more on that actually in my notes here. So I put the Kingdom right here. So I had a whole bunch of notes I was gonna cover in seismic. Okay, Kingdom. I think right here. Seattle Kingdom. I'll spell it wrong. Yeah. So I was gonna say the Plasko building had a higher rubble pile than WTC, but I think I covered that in there. And what I want to show is the seismic one. Not only is like Judy Wood, the first one to say that it's way tinier. The mainstream Columbian climate school also said they were astonished at how low it was. Also, I can hear your. You want to mute your mic? I could hear you typing and breathing. Yeah, Norman, I can hear your chitter chatter. Okay, so This is from the mainstream Columbia Climate School. They were baffled at the very low seismic signals. Norman, I could still hear you in the background. Okay, so even the mainstream Columbia Climate School was baffled at the very low seismic signals picked up on 9/11. So seismologist Won Yeon Kim says that most of the energy of the towers did not reach the ground, but instead was used up to turn the steel and concrete and people into dust. Yeah, what is going on here? Norman, I could still hear you. I think he can't hear me.
I'm off. I've muted.
Oh no, I hear something. I hear a noise somewhere coming from. Sorry, I hear like a tick tick. Okay, it might be just me. I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, yeah, so I'm back. Yeah, so going right here. Yeah, so seismologist Won Yeon Kim says that most of the energy of the towers did not reach the ground, but instead was used to turn up the steel, concrete, and people into dust. So a lot of the mainstream scientists even know this. It's like they don't want to connect the dots. In other words, the towers never collapsed, but rather turn to dust in midair. This is literally from the mainstream seismic school, and I'll open up this right here. So they said the event was recorded by 13 seismic stations in 5 states. And most of the energy did not reach the ground. It was mainly used up converting steel, concrete, and human beings to dust. And yeah, so the most of the energy, they're literally telling what happened. And this was the seismic stuff that they were being picked up. And this is from, again, the mainstream climate university, climate school, Columbia Climate School.
And at MES, we're also missing the most important aspect with regards to the seismic readings. There were no S or P waves. So basically meaning that there was only surface waves. And the surface wave only basically happens when you take weight off the Earth.
There was no slamming on it. There was no actual longitudinal pressure waves on it. Yeah. So it's like, and also the bathtub wasn't crushed. And not only that, the stairwell B survivors weren't slammed onto the ground. Okay? You're not going to shake the earth, all right? If you're not going to shake the earth, if nothing is hitting those survivors, and also the exterior columns are standing. The exterior columns are literally standing. This was the firefighter footage, the email his firefighter friend sent him and me then. Firefighter friend. Oh, it's in here. Okay. Firefighter friend. Okay, this photo right here. These are photos they sent. And again, when we talk about seismic, this is why I stuck to the rubble pile. The rubble pile pre-assumes all of the other evidence. This is evidence that just looking at it, you could tell that seismic impacts can be tiny. Like the seismic impact, I think those are all secondary evidence. This is the primary. Those ones corroborate reality. Like this turned to dust. This is not crushed. Nothing crushed it. So hence you would expect there would be a very tiny seismic impact. You would expect the basement floors to be mainly intact. You would expect the bathtub to be not damaged because this is not damaged. So you can't damage anything below it. You can't shake the ground anything below it if this was not damaged. And you would also expect that there were no P waves because nothing's hitting it. So there's no actual like pressure on it. All you're doing is taking it off, so there's going to be some up and down movement. So this right here, and also there's a rat-shaped hole, and this also shows you have lateral movement here of the bolts being removed. This rat-shaped hole is removed at the bolts, not anywhere else, no bending, and it's removed laterally. So this also proof of levitation. This is proof of levitation, and yeah, and nothing's crushed up top. Like I don't know how else to stress this. There's nothing crushed. So, and this is why they don't want to share your channel. Like I said before, some people, especially ones with civil engineering background, you just see this, you know. Like I showed my civil engineering friend, he right away he's like, man, this is mind-boggling, but he stays quiet because of his work and so on. So it's like, yeah, those step-by-step sections are screaming. Yeah, how does the direct energy weapon look like? Direct energy weapons, I think the Hutchison effect. Look at that; it's a bunch of stuff set up everywhere. But yeah, it could be a lot of stuff. Anyways, I want to get back on track. Let's see what else we have here. There was a lot of stuff I did not cover in the previous stream with him. And okay. Also, another thing I want to make a shout out is that methylminer mega vitamin C dose. We'll do some random topics right now. I was definitely energized after I took 25 grams in 1 hour last time, and yeah. But I feel this vitamin C more when with food rather than without. Okay, Mavs, we no need to know what it looks like. We saw what it does. Yeah, that is true. So the thing is, this is like the effects of the stuff, and there are some efforts to replicate Hutchinson effect and then eventually weaponize it, show how it could be weaponized, and so on. Okay, conspiracy. This one here, I think we'll do it for another time. Okay, these ones will be another time, and also make sure, guys, to send out conspiracy realist the PDFs. Send those out and so on. What I want to get through. Should we actually go debunk some of his videos? It's just, I'm telling you, it's so hard to watch him. It's like knowing a liar is lying. Okay.
Why give him airtime on your channel?
Yeah, well,
watching
just more
his videos and giving him watching time.
That is true, but it's more about like debunking him. But it's like it's just so brain damaging.
Dude,
yeah,
that article that I wrote basically debunks all these bloody points. You just need to go read through that article, and watch the videos that I've got in there, and then you know he's full of shit.
No, definitely, yeah. Those ones, that's for the audience if they want to go look through it. I was gonna do it like live looking at it, but it's like, how do you talk to someone that literally thought this Luke Corshen video is an actual plane? Luke, like how do you talk to someone that says this looks like exactly like a Boeing? I'm like, it looks like a blob of like disappearing wings. Like, how do you talk to someone like that? Yeah, so I'll probably just ignore that. I'll do. I think there was some of the topics. I do want to see if there were some in here that was worth showing again. The Kingdom. It's more comparable to a steel. Yeah, it does steel. Bridge one, tiny stub. I literally went over the tiny stub multiple times and he still got it wrong. I cannot believe. Yeah, this was also here. Okay, so we have multiple stuff here. Peeps were baffled about the tiny rubble pile. It's not just the images and so on. We also have witness testimony. This guy here just blows me how small the heap of rubble was. This guy's, again, someone watching in the channel. This one here, Omega Class turned to dust. And this person says, where did 10 million pounds of steel and concrete go? What can turn steel and concrete to dust? So again, if some people have their eyes working properly, which is great. Okay, and this person right here, this person says that, and again, this is why they hide your channel, they hide my channel. Like, he doesn't want to even give airtime to us. So again, yeah, you are right. Yeah, it's like he avoids giving us airtime because that's why he doesn't show the channel name and so on. So this guy says, if I hadn't seen your videos on the small rubble piles, I would have never even noticed. I visited the Twin Towers in person, and they are huge structures with so much steel on the outer layer and a super strong core. It's impossible for the rubble pile to just vanish. This wasn't done by terrorists. So we actually have people waking up that are... this person just saw the videos and then his mic control just snapped off. And this person right here, this person has a great comment as well. I'll put it in here. It's easier to read on a desktop app. Whoops. Oh, no, I gotta click here. Okay, this one. Yeah, this person says, I said the same thing. The rubble pile didn't match the size of the building. Too much steel in buildings, not to mention wiring, pipes. Yeah, piping for wires, plumbing. But in and out AC, AC wires, heat ducts all around would not turn to dust. Only the concrete would. And again, most of the concrete won't. A lot of people have misconstrued views of concrete just because if you throw some concrete, you're gonna have some dust. But if you throw some concrete on the ground, not all of it's gonna turn to dust. Not 99.9% of it is gonna turn to dust. So concrete does not turn to dust. All of it, like 9/11. And look to as reference building implosion, and there are many as tall buildings are only done this way. Only safe way common sense now is lost. Okay, yeah, and also definitely. Although there will still be much more concrete slabs left over as well, since nowhere near 100% of it would turn to dust as it did on 9/11. Literally, almost 100% of the concrete on 9/11 turned to dust. I have some more. I think I have some more witness ones here. Okay, and also we didn't even go to the Peter Jen and George Stephanopoulos and Peter Jennings literally said that the rubble evaporated. So it's like, what more do you need? And basement floors were 70 feet at bedrock and literally tiny. People were driving out of the parking lots. And this one here, NYPD inspector astonished at the lack of artifacts. And also, I didn't put it in the housekeeping stuff, but I am in contact with someone that worked on 9/11 and was there at 9/11 and worked for Reuters News. So he may join the live stream in the future, guys. So it's first time you heard it here first, guys. Someone that used to work at Reuters on 9/11, Reuters, the big news company, it may show up on the stream because he says he has never before seen stuff that he's been holding back forever just because, yeah, and he has like inside info on the media on 9/11. So that's going to be absolutely epic if he decides to show up on the stream. And he said he might. So we might have him on the stream. Also, basement floors were tiny. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, NYPD inspector astonished at the lack of artifacts, aka they turned to dust. So this is this one right here. NYPD inspector James Luongo is astonished at the lack of artifacts at 9/11 rubble. He hasn't seen a door, computer, or even a doorknob.
Is there one artifact that stands out for any particular reason for you?
I think the lack of artifacts stands out to me quite a bit. I think the fact that I haven't seen a door, I haven't seen a phone, I haven't seen a computer, I haven't seen a doorknob. I think that stands out. But for the things that we have seen, every now and then we'll come across a stuffed animal that might have been on somebody's desk. Pictures that were on people's desks that we're trying to restore.
All right, so he found pictures of people's on desk. He found stuffed animals, but he does not see doors, computers, doorknobs. Okay, so he does not see solid stuff, but he sees paper-like stuff. So it's in a giant microwave. So that indicates, in my view, definitely there was some microwave interference going on. Okay, this one, witness at WTC saying Rebel was tiny. So there's a lot of the stuff that I didn't have time to go through it because of the Blue Bacon was just an absolute clown show. This person right here, Dark Angel. I walked around the wreckage on the morning of September 12th, 2001 and took photos. I remember how it was interesting that the entire building was no higher than a 2-story building when I was examining it. So again, first that was literally on the person was literally at their day after. Okay, going further, is anything else? Firefighters say 110 floors at ground level. 110 floors at ground level. It's like, okay, right here.
Everybody's working together, you know, the whole city, trying to get people out.
How do you dig this up?
Piece by piece.
Hand by hand. That's why you just make the chains and get the debris out.
Stories at ground level.
No, this one here.
Out. That's all you can do.
110 stories at ground level.
110 stories at ground level.
If you get a shot, you'll see the antenna that was on top of the tower.
Antenna on top of the tower, they think, and 110 stories at ground level. And you could see the exterior columns are standing. I don't know. It's like I'm in a bizarro world. The exterior columns are standing. They're standing, okay? It's like, where did the other exterior columns? How come only the lobby exterior columns are there? What happened to everything above it? Where are they? All right, this is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I think right here, skeletal remains. Okay, so NIST says 70 plus floors provided nearly zero resistance, yet seismic rating was tiny, and so on. Yeah, and then Blue Bacon was saying, no, it actually took like 30 seconds. I'm like, there's a spire. There's 2 free fall speeds. The first one and the second one. Okay, WTC were giant. I think each... Yeah, this one, another one, 10 Titanics. In the chat, live stream chat, when you were there, Norman, they were saying, oh, those photos are not to scale. The Titanics are actually not that thick. I mean, and not that big. I'm like, these guys are psychopaths. I mean, yeah. So, anyways,
they're idiots.
Yeah, definitely. But again, it was a moderators. They were going after me. They hated me. So, if you ask ChatGPT this one, and the numbers are they're pretty straightforward because the mass of the Titanic is 52,000 tons. Each tower, these are masses of the towers, 4,000, 5,000, 500,000, 500,000, 125, etc. And you sum these all up, and I asked ChatGPT. So total mass is 28 Titanics, 10 Titanics for each tower, and then building 7 is 3.82. And then the building 3 is 2.5 Titanics. So there's before and after. Okay? Is there 10 Titanics before and after? Okay, now there's 28 Titanics. This is before, after. 28 Titanics. 28 Titanics to scale. And you can actually see it because 208 feet, and then is the tight is this is a bit. This is about like 400, 500 feet, and then the buildings are 208 feet, so you can literally just easily line. I literally did this to scale. And yeah, there's the LiDAR 3D print with it. I think there's a bit more stuff. Okay, yeah, no, even in the notes I said, yeah, none of this info is new. It's all in Dr. Judy Wood's book there. Okay, I think it's right here. At 10:32, the cameraman shows the literal ground level rubble pile after it falls into dust. At 23:19, people literally walking ground level next to building WTC2. Okay, I'll show these, and then if you have anything extra, Norman, afterwards. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna end the stream. Okay, this is at 10:32.
Yeah, I just want to plug some of my own stuff for people to spend some time during the holiday season to do some research.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll share this quickly. This is what did I put in my notes? So at 10:32, ground level, literally, right after the South Tower falls, building. I think the other one's still there. So the North Tower is still standing. So this is South Tower. The exterior columns are not crushed. I don't know how to like tell people this. It's not crushed.
It's now only a matter of time before the North
Tower. So there's a North Tower. This is ground level. There's no disc. There's no 6-foot melted steel. There's literally nothing here. And then there's like I think the exterior columns or the core columns, whatever these are. But they're standing. Nothing crushed them. They're almost vertical. Okay, and the North Tower is still standing.
It was now only a matter of time before the North Tower.
There's a North Tower. Okay, so that was that, and then at 23:19, people literally walking on ground level next to WTC2. So this is at 23:19. We get to this right here, 23:19. It's like it's all right there in our faces. This is advanced magic tech. So there's the South Tower, literally ground level, 110 floors at ground level.
Going on in the outside world. We're trying to figure out what exactly.
There's people walking.
Has happened to us.
And this is the ambulance, not crushed at all. And it's like there's nothing on it. There's nowhere anywhere near it. There is no cone, 500,000 ton cone. There's no hockey puck. All right.
Provide some sort of catastrophic event.
Yeah, Map says thank you for everything you guys send in chat. It's great to do research. Yep, and and I noticed your comment earlier. You said about the what is that guy's name? The former alchemist guy. What is the guy's name? Who does the occult? Yeah, the cult stuff. Passio, Mark Passio or something. And I've seen his stuff. It's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. But again, my view is it's to get the real occult stuff is get the technology physical, and then everything matches up. Okay, and then was there anything else? Judy Wood used the before and after photo of the WTC turning dust as evidence in her Ketam case. So it's not just us talking about this, but Judy Wood actually took it to court, actually convinced a lawyer that this is not just, dealing with penguins, whatever Bill Bacon was talking about. So in other words, she convinced a lawyer that this is a real lawsuit, and the lawyer is not taking a frivolous lawsuit. And in other words, this is literally putting her credentials on the line. And I have it here. She put the before and after in her Ketam. So in her legal document, she put this. This is evidence. This is observation. Observation, evidence, theory, math needs to mimic this. You cannot have a random puck, okay, of 500,000 tons when this is the evidence showing that there is no puck. There's barely any rubble. It's ground level. They're walking on it. There's no 6-foot melted steel pile of like absolute nonsense of Greg Jenkins and so on. And these are links to her actual file, it says. And she literally says, this does not look like a collapse to me. SAIC is complicit with the NIST reporting in calling this a collapse. This is fraud. This is not a collapse. That's a giant frothing up into dust. And there's the, is that the North Tower there? Yeah, that's North Tower still standing somehow. This is like imploding and shifting to the left. And I think there's okay, we have this much. I think there's one more, the tipping one. Okay. This was the billiard ball proof. Yeah, the billiard ball one is very interesting. If you have a billiard ball falling, it falls pretty much as fall as the... If it falls with nothing, it falls there. But anyways, I want to show one more thing here. This right here. The tipping top proves a symmetric collapse is impossible. This is from Judy Wood's website and her book. It gets everything in there. So this is the South Tower. There's actually a tipping period. And it actually tips. So like if you look at it, it tips on its side there. Yeah, so you actually have it tipping. All right. So in other words, it's not going to go straight down. There has to be a falling over. All right. So here it is. By this time, it's almost completely over one side. So there should be a giant chunk of like 20 floors falling and turning. All right. And so in other words, there is no perfectly falling down. And this is South Tower. Yeah. So it falls. It should have fallen here. And now instead of that thing falling, there's actually nothing. Just the exterior columns standing perfectly vertical. These guys are walking on ground level. This is ground level, folks. This is mind-boggling, right? And yeah. So yeah, the tipping top. So in other words, it never tipped over. So this is yeah. So when you have a tipping, you have more stress here, and it's gonna have a period of you literally just gonna fall over this side. This is gonna crush this wire. There's no load on this side, so there's no way you're gonna have a perfectly horizontal. I mean, perfectly vertical collapse like here. This will not happen. So going back here, so going back and forth. So this corner has more stress. It should fall on this side. This one has no stress. Okay. This one has all the stress. This is yeah. First of all, there's no magical compressing down like that. But regardless, there's no uniform collapse or uniform anything. It should have just fallen. But in other words, this fell down and turned to dust. So that's that. And yeah, and these are the weird transmission towers that would. So someone's asking how does directed energy weapons look like? I definitely view these things were used in the inside the dustification. I think this was part of the direct energy weapon system because these were installed literally like days. They almost finished construction a few days before, or these were literally days. We're talking days, weeks, and not months. And these were installed, and they were flashing the entire time. So make sure to watch my mystery flashes one. So this one definitely involved in the do. And again, actually, one more thing is because asking how does a direct energy weapon look like? Well, John Hutchison has a whole bunch of stuff surrounding a specific location. So if you go to Bob Greener was able to do one Hutchison effect stuff. This thing likely split because of the Hutchison effect in his replication, very similar to John Hutchison's. But I wanted to show this right here. John Hutchison did a, I mean, so this is what one system looked like. Going back to the photos. Going back, I think we had the photos earlier. Yeah, where's the transmission towers? We had this billiard ball. So I think this, yeah, this right here. This reminds me of the replication process right here. So this is the Hutchison effect replication, the first time ever attempted. And this was by Bob Greener and Martin Fleischmann Memorial Project. So they have a whole bunch of like Tesla coils, transformers, or electric equipment, and they have a PhD electrical student, electrical engineer that's helping them with all this equipment and so on. And I might email him to get him on the stream as well because he has some interesting findings as well. So and then they surround the objects. And in this case, it will be the Twin Towers, a whole bunch of stuff. And you also have with the military space-based stuff. So a lot of stuff going on here. So this is a directed energy weapon system on this. And there's the Twin Towers. This is just random samples there. And Bob Greener emailed John Hutchison saying he'll personally fund him to pay for his trip to go replicate again in next year. And John wants me to go as well. So there's a chance that me and John Hutchison may be in one of these replication events. But I will need some funding for that, guys, so send some cash money. And so far we had 0 in the goal, all right? 0 goal, no mustache next time. So guys, this will be epic stuff here. And it will be quite amazing. All right, so that's all for my take. And then you want to plug something in before we close off, Norman?
Yeah, if I possibly can. So I'm just quickly going to do another quick screen share.
I got it. No idea where the Skype is. Okay, there it is. Okay, there. Yeah, you can share your screen. I'll be closing some stuff. Let me know when it's ready. Okay.
Okay, so here's my stuff. So obviously this year I've had a lot of very, very interesting conversations with people. Especially something I want to bring people's attention to is with regards to what I mentioned earlier, and that was the conversation that Mark Conlon and I had with the repivoting of the 9/11 truther movement. So go onto my Substack. I'll quickly share the link in the comments section so that you guys can go check it out. And there's the link. So please go listen to this conversation that Mark and I had with regards to the repivot. These are the guys that are pushing the remote control planes. They don't take any physics into account whatsoever. In Mark's article in the comment section, I basically put in a bunch of links confirming everything that we talked about, especially old Mr. Dan Handley, Captain Dan, that's supposedly the go-to guy for Richard Gage and all his friends. Ted Walter is the gentleman who worked for Richard Gage for A&E for 8 years and then started this International Center for 9/11 Justice Suppression with David Chandler. Piers Robinson is an academic. He is apparently their research guru that has been following my Substack and Mark Conlin's. Kevin Ryan is the whistleblower stating that the fires and everything, he was working for a company that did full-scale models of the World Trade Center, burning it for twice as long, twice the heat, and there was no sagging or whatever, but he's now part of the thermite crew as well. Then I was on Germ Warfare, where I discussed the 9/11 truther suppression through the years. He's actually got it on Substack. He's put it outside his paywall, so watch it now whilst you still can before he puts it back on his behind his paywall. So there's a couple of talking points that we went through. And then we've got the Pirate Truth podcast. This is interesting because just listen to what this guy, because I saw this guy interview Richard Gage, and then I mentioned a couple of stuff in his comment section, and he had me on, and then his mind was blown. So let's just listen to what this guy had to say once he actually looked at the evidence and didn't listen to what somebody told him to believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before I sort of came across you, and I came across you after posting on Twitter about my interview with Richard Gage, and you kind of interacted with that post. Before that time, I had never heard this narrative at all in conspiracy kind of circles anywhere at all. And I'd just like to say that, you know, this has been a very nice long form podcast where you've presented, you know, a heck of a lot of information. And I've got to be honest, man, this to me, and again, doing what we kind of asking our audience to do here is keep an open mind and being able to be presented with evidence and not necessarily, you know, take it in or throw it away. Just be able to hold that information. And I'm trying to, as you're talking and as you're kind of giving me this evidence that you've got, I'm trying to weigh it up in my mind's eye with what Richard Gage also presented in a very, you know, kind of professional way and all that kind of stuff. And I've got to be honest, the way that if you just watch what happened, particularly the thing that stuck out to me was watching those steel beams as they were collapsing and turning to dust. If you literally just look at physically watch the buildings collapse or watch the buildings disintegrate
on a molecular level.
Yeah, it does. It makes more sense, even though the idea of it is way more far out, because we're led to believe, like you said, we're led to believe that it's pure science fiction. Whereas thermite and explosives, we all know that stuff exists. We all know that it can be used and all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't actually fit what you watch when you actually, you know, when you take the narratives away from your mind and you just look at the events taking place. It certainly fits better with that. So I want to thank you for countering when I was kind of promoting that Richard Gage episode.
That's great stuff. And someone in the chat, I think Jeremy just says, because he was in a Blue Bacon stream, he says that Blue Bacon is going to be debunking the Hutchison effect next. No way. No, that's good. That's good. As long as he keeps it going. This is what I mean. Like, our impact is causing them to work overtime. Richard Gage is working overtime, and like he's like Richard Gage is on even that guy's podcast that you were able to convince that Richard Gage is a Disinfo agent. So it's like he's trying to get everywhere quickly before you do.
Yeah, and then once again, due to Gene Laratonda attacking me and saying I've got to come onto his channel and then banning me from it, you and I had a very, very interesting conversation with the 10 points that he raised against directed energy weapons, and we went into it rather in depth. It was a very long presentation. It was around about 4 hours, but I've broken it up. If you follow this link to the article with all the talking points with regards to perception management, debris pile height, and all of this kind of stuff. And then I've also just, excuse me, put in the conversation that I had with them, where I called them out, where they were trying to represent themselves as truth seekers, and they're actually not, by censoring certain information. I called out Boston 9/11, called out Truth Action Project, called out Gene Laratonda. Yeah, so listen to that 5-minute conversation, and that's basically it. Then I've got a link to my presentation or my documentary that I made this year, and then also just once again reminding everybody of who was in charge of cleanup and security of the site. So go through that, a little bit of homework, and then on Monday there'll be an article dropping with regards to various documentaries that I feel is very good for people to go through. I put in certain of them are an hour long, some of them are 45 minutes long, some of them are 3 hours long, and that should be a nice library for people to have. To speak to people with regards to the actual truth of 9/11 and share the links, and hopefully if you do a little bit of your due diligence, a little bit of homework, you will be able to arm yourself with the right information to get the information out there. And once again, people, it just can't be us taking these guys on. We need more people to take them on and spread this information, because it was a very, very important day, and it's affecting us till today, because if people actually woke up to what happened on 9/11, maybe COVID wouldn't have happened. So that's me, that's 2024, and let's see what we'll be able to do in 2025. And thanks for everybody who's been following. Thank you for everybody who's been sharing. I think we've made serious inroads, but let's see if by the end of 2025 we can have Richard Gage crawl under a rock and never come out again.
Yeah, no, definitely, and you had a good point. Is we need more people involved, but also because we're getting a big platform. Like my YouTube's getting big. Norman's Substack and X account are really big. So basically, if you guys do any sort of videos 9/11 stuff, I'll share it on my stuff, at least my Telegram. And if it's really good on the YouTube and so on, but I will promote on the live stream and so on. Especially if you do some debunking one. If you want to go debunk Blue Bacon, Richard Gage, do some short clips, upload it anywhere, and we'll promote it. So it's like, yeah, that's the thing. Kind of use our platforms, piggyback on it, and so on.
100%. Yeah. We need powers and numbers. These guys have been at it for 18 years and longer, and they've been earning a living out of it, and strangely enough, if you actually go into these guys of Boston 9/11, Truth Action Project, Colorado 9/11 Truth, Architects for Engineered Truth, the International Center for 9/11, they are all a bunch of people who are either married and living together or whatever. So they've completely monopolized the conversation points around 9/11, and they are doing everything in their power not to have people look at Dr. Wood's work and work of Andrew Johnson and the work of Mark Conlon and Richard Hall and these guys. And those are the real stalwarts of 9/11 truth, but they are the ones who've been silenced. Even if you go into Wikipedia, you can find Stephen E. Jones, Richard Gage, all of these guys on there, but nothing with regards to Mark Conlon, nothing with regards to Dr. Wood or anything like that. So the narrative is completely and utterly being controlled. And you've got to also wake up people to the information pertaining to the complicity of the U.S. military-industrial complex. It's not guys in box cutters. It's not them Jews or anything like that. It's the U.S. military-industrial complex. When you watch 9/11 Alchemy Facing Reality, you'll see that the Israeli art students in the buildings weren't even Israeli; they were Austrian. And you've got to do a little bit of homework. You've got to watch some of the podcasts that MES and I have done. We've gone into very, very deep exposing of these people, and also I've written pretty much 100 Substack articles in the last 2.5 years, and everything you need to be able to debunk everybody with all their talking points is in my Substack. Just go read it and get yourself ready for the onslaught in 2025.
Yeah, I think 2025 is gonna be a big one, and but yes, I think it's pretty much it. Yeah, 2025. I think they're really scared, especially Richard Gage and them. And now Blue Bacon's doing a Hutchinson effect debunk, so that's gonna be quite amazing. So yeah, keep them on their toes, because like the more we go at it, the more that they're gonna keep going. At least they're working overtime, so that they're working for their mind control.
But Bob Greenyer just virtually nearly succeeded in replicating it now. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and there's a good chance John and I will be at this next replication in 2025. So that'll be wild.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for joining, and yeah, have a great Christmas. And any closing thoughts you want to say to these people? I want to say thanks.
Just everybody, enjoy family time. It's been a very interesting year. MES, thank you for giving me a platform. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for the 4-hour marathons that we've had.
5 hours. 5 hours.
Let's see if we can break the 5 hours. No. 25.
Well, we could. I'll just head out while you just take over and I'll come back at 9 p.m. or something. All right. So, yeah. No, that's the thing.
It's been fun.
No, because they could see that we're like a snowball getting bigger and bigger. It's like especially if we keep at it. There's nothing they can do besides, well, either get the PSYOP in quickly, like they're definitely doing a Project Bluebeam PSYOP. Either get it in before that they were ready, or just tell us the truth. Just show.
Yeah, just a last shout out American Fathers for everything he's done. He's actually read through Dr. Wood's book on his YouTube, so go check that out. Rotary Motion, everything that you've been doing on X, Conspiracy Theorista. Who else? Just some of the regulars that we see in the comment sections on YouTube and everywhere on Facebook. There's a couple of stalwarts. A real 9/11 Avenger army is slowly but surely taking form, and hopefully by next year we'll triple everything. And just thank you for everybody who's been doing their part in keeping the conversation alive and pushing back against these disinformation artists.
Yeah, definitely. And Blue Bacon, like we have like Jeremy in his chat. We have Meth Miner, you and I, and John's in the chat. Run Muckles, and we just go in there and disrupt it. And you could tell that they have Astro 2 followers, because none of them show up here. Like, we're literally calling Blue Bacon disinfo agent. I'm calling him like a liar, psychopath, and no one is from them defending him here, because it's a lot of it is they don't really care about him, and it's just Astro 2. Like, they're literally part of the narrative control. They're not actually real people. There was like 1 or 2 coming in here. One of them eventually Like he realized, okay, I'm just a normal person. Just like what the, because we had a back and forth before, and then he seems to be fine. So it's like, so that's it. Anyways, so that's all, guys. I will. I had his recording, and I'll stop the recording. And
thank you all. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one.
Well.
Yeah, thanks, Norman, and great stuff, guys. Have a Merry Christmas, guys. The next live stream, I'll probably just do a random stuff. I have a whole lot of stuff I didn't catch up on, and we'll just do a random hangout and cover conspiracy topics and so on. Anyways, that's all, and have a great week and weekend and Christmas holidays. Okay, guys, and I'm ending the stream in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and stream is ended. All right, I ended the stream, Norman, and yeah, thanks for joining.